Samurai, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Dude in a group chat with 5 of my other best friends from high school, also all 30 years old. Goes without saying that if anything from that group chat got leaked out to the public, we would all do life in jail.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Disturbing rhetoric, morbid rhetoric geared toward
Of course.
others, family members, etc. But again, it's all accepted. We're all in the group chat. Happens in the group chat, stays in the group chat. And we've known each other for
Of course.
almost 20 years at this point. About a week ago, there was a comment made toward one of my cousin's husbands. I think somebody went out and I guess saw him in public, and he was looking extremely tired, worn,
Okay.
maybe a little gaunt.
Where's this going?
The guy is in the National Guard and was on some sort of a training bullshit offsite, whatever it was, for about 2 weeks. So
Where is everyone? I
probably is
mean,
more hit
this
than-
is Empire for a stream
really needs to get out of
nowadays,
the
bro.
National Guard. It's killing him. Which one of the group chat members responded, I don't think it's the National Guard. I think it's his cunt wife.
Okay.
Which, yeah, again, it's the group chat. Fair enough. But I was sort of licking my chops in response, and I had to remind the individual of one of his horrid cunt family members, his absolutely miserable aunt, who
Okay.
happened to be such a disgusting cunt.
You're really throwing around
Really drove
C-bombs.
her to her late husband's suicide, which spurred almost a mutiny in the group chat. I'm almost baffled by this. We have 2 or 3 members that saw it are completely freaking out. This is ridiculous. I can't believe you said that. And on top of this, the individual who I geared the comment toward is going and has told their fucking family about it. Now, am I absolutely nuts for thinking this is completely
hilarious.
ludicrous, retarded, out of
This guy.
control? I've since left the group chat, obviously.
Oh
or that big of a
Oh
deal.
damn, dude! In protest.
Didn't buy him,
This
made him.
is so funny how he set this up. He's like, dude, you know how group chats work. You say whatever you want.
He's also the one friend who's always talking out of pocket.
Yeah.
Dude,
You're
chill out.
dude, you're not. There is
Made
no
him, bro, back in,
immunity.
like,
You don't have diplomatic
2012.
immunity in a group chat. Yes. And also, this group chat he's describing is too big.
Also, he got upset about somebody calling his cousin a cunt, which is I guess how close are you to your cousin?
Yeah, yes. That's the thing. It's you fired back too hard. You fucked up. This is the thing. This is you know what this is? This is the hack comedian argument of freedom of speech. It's that doesn't mean people can't say you're an asshole, dude.
Yeah.
You said something you overdid it. You try. Here's the thing.
Oh, you can't say anything anymore.
Oh yeah, you think
you just said a bad
this
thing.
isn't cancel culture. You're a fucking dickhead in a group chat. No one's out to get you. You were rude. You tried a joke you're not funny enough for, and it didn't work. That's it. You read the room wrong.
Yeah, you don't know how completely he was close to his uncle who
Yeah.
committed suicide. Could have been Paul Giamatti and the holdovers.
Necreal's
And
coming
also,
up. Necreo.
go up. How big was this group chat? This is a huge group chat. It sounds
No,
like.
it was only his 5 of his other best friends from high school.
6-person group chat.
But also, they've known each other for 20 years. You know what I mean? I'm 29. I'm in a group chat with my high school friends, and we've had someone leave.
You know what this sounds like to me?
5-6 people is. I mean, look. It's not. This is actually. You're not as. For some reason, I guess I misheard the original
No,
one. I
you
thought
heard it was
bigger.
there was family members
I
in it and
thought
stuff,
there was
but no.
if this was let's say this is. We're not super group chat people, but we have a group chat with you, me, my brothers, a couple of our good friends from Baltimore, a couple of good friends from New York. We could say some wild shit in there, but that's also I feel like nobody would really cross a line either. You know what I mean? We would. I mean, we joke about, fucked up shit constantly about tragedies, about all your family members that have died. You know what I mean? But it's all we talk about killing ourselves. It's all, but I do think we all have each other's back. That's the thing. We all actually know where we stand. This sounds a little bit like he is taking the.
I also want to say that I do think the other guy who's made the comment like was also out of line.
Yeah,
Like if you're just throwing around cunt to your friend when they brought up a serious issue, some guys walking around with,
the National
I don't know
Guard's
what
killing him.
PTSD he has from
Yeah.
2 weeks of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, who knows what they were doing?
But also he he definitely misread the tone, I think, of him being like, it's probably his cunt wife.
Well, that's the thing. Is like,
You know, like-
here's the thing. That's kind of innocent. Oh yeah, I bet it wasn't. I wasn't in the army. It's probably his cunt wife. Compared to your aunt was such a cunt, your uncle killed himself. You overdid it, bro. So here's the thing: the fact that it was only 5, I'm a little more on his side than I thought than initially. Because like if you're in a tight group, that's one thing. But you still overdid it. You just did. And should you
2 wrongs,
like,
you know what I mean?
exactly,
It's very
yeah,
classic,
yeah.
like 2 wrong. But this guy then telling his family,
him telling his family
oh,
is
do you want to know what my friend said in the group chat?
That-
Bro, you're 30. Like,
Yes.
you need to
Yeah,
not
some
do that.
pussy
that's
shit.
not acceptable. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He should have called you. Like, if he had a real problem with it, he should have called you. And, like, you guys should, if you're actually the level of friends that can say whatever you want in the group chat. Now, here's the other thing, though. These rules might have been set. If you've been in this group chat for 10 years, you can't assume that the rules that existed when you started still hold true. Are you guys as close? Do you see him as often? Like, it should be like group chat should almost have to renegotiate terms every 5 years.
There's always one person in the group chat that's been there for a long time that has completely faded off.
Right.
And sometimes the group chat can like pick up again out of nowhere.
Right.
And you can be like kind of too hot.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like we had someone leave our like long-term bathhouse group chat.
Yeah.
And I don't know where he is.
Interesting. But if he came back and started dropping N-bombs in there, it wouldn't be cool.
No.
Yeah. You know?
No.
Yeah.
No, that would not be cool. No, nobody is doing that.
But or even C-bombs, whatever. But like, so I think here's a couple things how we read the situation. You overdid it. And even though, like, here's the thing, like, group chat laws, they're not technically, it's kind of like how weed laws used to be, where it's like, it is illegal to say these things, but no one's ever going to prosecute, right?
Right.
But it's all like unofficial, right? It's all about if you're close enough to say these fucked up things.
Yeah.
But you did say something that overdid it.
Yeah.
You know, you clearly didn't read the situation right. A joke flopped, and it's okay to have a little blowback. Like you're
It
not.
does suck when a joke flops. He left. You know what I mean? You obviously maybe feel bad, or you're also
you flopped. It's all right. That's
and
fine.
You expect people to stop me, baby. You expect people to respect group chat laws. We don't even respect the goddamn Geneva Convention.
That's so, dude. Such a good fucking point, dude. So fucking true.
Yeah, that's my special unit.
So scroll down a little bit. I just want to remember the shit he fucking said and what he's really pissed
Yeah,
at.
there is something to that. Like,
It is insane that he told other people.
It's insane
about
that he
it,
snitched.
especially if you guys are close.
It's
like
insane that he snitched. But
Yeah.
you also can't be this indignant. Like, in fact, what he should have done is call you and squash it, right? Like if in some way where if we're in this group chat and someone says something out of pocket, we're all close enough that I would be like, if I was actually hurt by something,
Yeah.
I would be like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I would call them and be like, what's going on? I can't imagine something like that. Like,
If you
it's
really
hard
care
for me to
about your
think.
friend, you'll fix this. I had a friend where oh man, we were like, I was like high on Molly and we were like partying, and I called his
No blame.
sister like a sluts or something.
Yeah.
Who was like with us for some reason. And I was,
yeah.
And like he didn't talk to me for like 3 years, but I didn't even remember it because it was like when I was like blacking out and
Really?
like
Holy
doing
shit.
drugs. So I was like so apologetic and
Yeah.
like, but that really like when you cross the line like that, you have to go above and beyond.
Yes.
If you care to fix it, and if you don't try at least to fix that, then you just like are gonna be known as like an asshole, and
Right.
you're gonna be you're gonna feel so bad about it.
Yes.
for so long. Like eventually you'll forget that he ever said anything, and you'll just be obsessed with what you said.
And yes, that's a good way to put it. Is like, let's look at the crimes committed here. You deeply offended a close friend of yours, and you just did, right? And he went against group chat laws. You are the more guilty party here. And it sucks. It sucks that you misread it. It sucks that you're not as close as you used to be. But don't be fucking indignant about it. Fix this with your friend if you want to. Say, yo, my bad, I was out of line. But I also don't appreciate you. Like, I thought this was a place where we could really fuck with each other. I didn't want this to get back to your family. I really did just think this was in good fun. If that's not the way we operate anymore, that's fine, noted. But like, I'm sorry about it, basically.
Please add me back.
Please, yeah.
Please, I didn't mean to leave.
But yeah.
I mean, it's like, it's so funny too, where people are like, yeah, in group chats, we say crazy stuff. Every guy's like, we get arrested for what we would say there. And then anytime I've told like my girlfriend like about like, oh, this was funny in this group chat, and she's like, okay.
Right.
She like straight faces it, and you're like, okay, we're not really saying anything of substance in there.
That's the thing I want to say too. Like, I'm not saying this guy's a bad guy, but he does kind of sound like an asshole.
A little edgelordy.
Yeah.
He's
like, oh, group chat. Like,
you're too old to be doing shit like this, dude.
Yeah.
Also, the thing that he's got to get out of the National Guard. It's like, why would he need to? Like, what is that? What's the National Guard doing? I'm kind of hung up on that. Is like, the National Guard is killing him. He went away for 2 weeks. This is why the National Guard is not respected. It's
the National Guard is bullshit. It is funny because that's
probably sad about his life choices where he's in the fucking National Guard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing the National Guard did.
And maybe his wife is a cunt. Maybe your friend's right. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like, he was like, yeah, which it's the group chat. Fair enough. But I'm licking my chops in response. I had to remind this individual. No, you didn't.
He is at least aware about it where he's like, am I that big of a sociopath?
Yeah, and you are. You're a little bit. You are a little bit.
He is being like, am I in the wrong? So he's not completely lost.
Yes, he's not completely lost. But the answer is yes, you're a little in the wrong. And that's the thing about these. I think Jeselnik said this when, like, I saw a clip where he was just like, here's how you know if you got away with, like, if a joke's funny. Like, if you can get away with something if you got away with it. If you said something fucked up and no one got mad at you, you got away with it. That's just how it works. There's no like true justice. If a joke works or it doesn't, and it just didn't work, brother, and you don't have any kind of
and just make that guy's funny.
He is funny. Yeah. I just love that philosophically because that is what it comes down to. It's just a risk, and it either works or it doesn't. So.
But yeah, Chad, quick rundown again. The drama is, yesterday we had 20 teams signed up. We had 2 free POIs. We had Northpad, we had Thermal. We were uncontested since DSG did not make the final. So we were good. We were looking good for finals. Didn't have to worry about anything. And then about an hour ago, E8 randomly drops out. And then they add back in DSG because they're first on the prior list. And now DSG is landing Northpad and Thermal as well. So we are double contested on both maps. And basically we're kind of upset about it because we were thinking we were gonna be contest free up until about an hour ago.
They playing Call of Duty Vanguard Zombies? Hey, nice.
So now we're just gonna grief the whole lobby basically. So people better be fucking prepared to get griefed. If you think what Navi did last time was bad, you're about to see something even worse.
That's what's up. How's it going, Spidey?
We're not gonna leak anything, chat. Like I said, we have claimed mystery drop so far. The only thing we have claimed is we have claimed the whole of World's Edge and whole of Third Storm Point, so you will just have to wait and see who the fuck we grief.
We might be conned, by the way.
Yeah.
Goins is mystery dropping, so like.
Uh-oh.
Did everyone just wake up to be a clown today, or what? Just like fucking reject randomly, double contesting, and finals day, like. I don't understand the thought process of some of these teams. I hear somebody walk up north! Close north! Really close north!
Get up to the roof! Get up to the roof!
Yeah, on the heady here, on the heady. Rolling nade on it.
What's back here?
Burn it. I'm big on ping them.
Right behind you.
Yeah, inside. The queue up roof.
Queue up.
I'm verting the roof and bang ulting.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm butting.
Hunter.
Okay.
They're picking out.
I'm getting inside on it. Can we get inside?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Got me. Tear the windows.
I cracked 100. They're dropping behind maybe.
Okay.
Burn it.
Looking down on them. Oh my god, I'm having a bat. I got hit there inside.
Yep.
Okay, I went back up.
Side. I got fried, betting. There's 2 top floor.
Yeah, they're coming up. Crack horizon.
Take it top.
Inside. Kill him.
Rise.
Horizon 100. Queue up.
Yes.
Bang glow. Crack bang one.
Ulted it.
Bang glow. Crack bang one. Dead. Inside the thing.
Coming up.
Coming up.
50 on bank. Blood, I'm in. I'm batting. You're alone now.
Crack bang one.
Ulted it.
No.
Nice.
Inside
Reset.
the thing.
Arms up roof. On me.
One.
Dead.
One more. Where? Inside, I think.
I'm batting. You're alone now.
One shot bang, man.
One.
Dead.
Inside.
Where? Inside, I think.
On me. Back.
One more.
On
Wait,
me.
fuck.
Back.
One more. Dead. That's
So
one.
fucking bad.
Type shit.
Like I got sky nated as they're fucking doing that, man. Like
Get 3P.
Also,
Go. You ready? Smoke in the door here. Hold up. Take roof.
Yeah,
Take roof.
Yeah.
Yep.
They bang out there. Just dodge it. You're safe on me.
I'm dropping on the window. Might be able to shoot.
Pick a window.
Yeah, blast out. Kill him. Dead. Stairs. Chill. I like you. Chill.
Pick a window.
I'm
Yeah, blast
alone.
out. Kill him.
One dead.
Stairs.
On the back.
Chill.
I'm chilling. I'm chilling.
Pick a bottom.
Swing. I like you.
Yeah, you see it's on me.
Come to me.
I'm dropping. Crossing dead. Upstairs.
Behind me.
New team.
Get out. Take the banner.
Go for it.
No.
They don't know. You're good.
They know.
They know.
No fucking way, bro. Oh, it's roof. No way, man.
We got 6 points. Not a bad game.
they hopped out early. They're going to the cannon.
Yeah, I think that was them as
So,
well.
yeah, they're 100% going cannon. 3-man.
Are they coming with us or not? Don't think so.
They're probably going Thunder side.
They're going. Yeah. Think so, too.
The guy might be flying for the car. Yeah, I'll loot on him. There might be a guy taking the car though.
Yeah.
I'm landing on a car. Yeah, you can land with me. I can kill this guy.
Okay.
Take the gun.
He fucked up. Go higher.
Okay. I'm
Right.
going hide. They're going hide. Take your cannon now.
Yep.
See them?
They're taking a cannon. Can you queue up?
Yep. Yeah, I will. Tune up now.
Wait, someone's on our far right. I think that's their teammate.
Yeah, they're walking up.
Yeah, they smoked.
One guy's close right.
Yeah, I don't see anyone left
They
right now.
popped handled, I think. I think they popped handled.
One
Yeah,
guy
they
walking
did.
left. That scared me. I'm gonna vernade. Vernade in.
Can you bait a queue?
Yeah, I cracked on height. Got horizon on height.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, you cracked one.
Climb in.
Nobody roof.
Inside.
I can scan it off.
Okay.
I'm on
Careful
roof.
though. Get my push.
If they risk you can.
Go bottom. Fact.
Stand up.
Oh, no.
Almost cracked. 30 white.
They're low ground. They're all low ground.
Yep. I'm gonna peek the store, okay?
He's in blood on all. He is in blood on all.
I'm peeking the store.
On me.
On me close. Horizon 1 dead.
Nice.
I'm picking.
Yep,
I'm
coming.
bang out this now.
You guys
Bang out
got the
this
ray
now.
gun?
No.
Hey, nice. That's what's up.
Push the enemy, hackers. Bangalore. Crack them. Bang on me. Left. Under me. Crack.
I'm shooting you, bro.
Yep.
I'm peeking from my side.
What's up, blood?
Blood dead. Peeking from my side.
What's up, blood?
Is the ray gun good or no?
Blood dead.
1-1. Nice. Good work.
I slept.
I haven't used the ray gun
Off
ever.
the Zeus.
I've never even played Vanguard Zombies.
Left. Under me. Crack.
Let's scan it off.
He had Bangalt and blood on all.
Bro, this guy had Hemlock Head.
Probably end up going entrance here.
It's not that kind of ride. Here, pals. Plotting a London's one of my.
They're below us. They're playing the blood. Conduit, Bang, Horizon.
나 밀었다 얘들아 나 밀었다.
총알 먹고.
나 밀었다 얘들아 나 밀었다.
총알 먹고.
나 용감이다.
I beat him inside top mid. I beat him inside top mid.
I got it.
This guy's got on me, got on me.
I don't know where
I'm gonna jump on him.
Come in.
You gotta punch him. He's one.
I don't
I'm
know
gonna jump
where
on
they
him.
went. Come in.
You gotta punch him. He's one. Nice. 2v2.
Don't have a gun yet.
One guy's zipping up.
Right now.
Yeah, bro.
I'm down. Let's go.
Okay, that's enough.
Alright, it's already not grabbing when I close it.
Yeah, I'm letting close as fuck. I'm letting on the other side here.
I'm getting close to.
I have guns here, 2 guns here. You with me? I'm taking PK.
I don't have a gun. Okay, Spitfire beak. I'm coming.
One guy's zipping up. Bang 50 flush. Looking for him.
I have a gun.
I'm coming up to you.
아, kill.
왼쪽 코디 프레이. 어나도 왔어.
Someone just landed on me. Someone just landed on me. I'm pretty sure
Coming
Alliance
to
is
you.
crazy.
Yeah.
On entrance.
Yeah. There's like 4 players here, bro. Inside middle. I killed one.
I got it.
There's 2 guys on me. I'm backing up.
Just run. Play for Banner with Crafter.
It's
On my door.
1-1.
Eyes on me. Back him. I'm dead.
I'm coming
I
to you.
literally left you. Can you tell me where a crafter is, Hal?
There's one in Harvester in tree.
Okay.
One Harvester in tree.
We can just go like rat outside of Harvester. They should be out.
I'm here. Reset.
Yeah, you can
No rest. Watch outside.
I'm holding. You good?
Yeah.
기다리 났구만 그냥. 좋아, 제이슨도 뒤져.
그래줘 개새끼들아.
진짜 우는 거 아니야? 가서 올 것 같다. 이긴데? 야 이거 팔이다. 확인. 죽여.
Shooting at tree right now.
Wait, there's a guy on me. He's hard chasing me.
I'm looking at you.
I got out.
It's gotta be the duo. It's gotta be the duo or solo, by the way.
It was a Horizon.
어디야?
It was a Horizon.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Horizon dead.
That's
Come back up.
That's the reject team.
Okay, I'm stuck down here. It's free shooting at me now.
There's a box right there.
Guy on me.
That's all you, not. You gotta help him, Evan.
Yeah, I'm going. Finishing this guy.
He's low. I'm just getting shot from.
He's a solo.
He's low.
나 그냥 얘한테 학교 다니니까 나까지 야 나한테 프레드 간다.
Spitfire, bro.
Bang.
누구야?
Oh, it's screwed here.
Bro, why was Tree so ready
You
to?
landed us. Is that Alliance, probably?
Yes,
Yeah,
Alliance
it
is
has-
late landing, the third party architect.
Nice Lance, you fucking frauds. Holy shit. Good job, you losers.
Oh, this is so stupid, these games, man.
All these teams are so fucking bad.
Yeah, we can't even play the game.
No, we're literally like being targeted. What?
I'm gonna actually go for the roof if they just don't give us the gun.
Yeah, we're beating them. I'm gonna slide inside.
Dog on left side.
It's right 50-50.
Yeah. Oh,
I
Got bounce.
You
I
got
got
inside,
PK.
one guy inside.
I punched
Yeah,
him.
okay. The Horizon.
I crack bang.
What are you on Horizon?
I cracked one,
Horizon cracked.
I'm healing
I
you,
cracked
Hal.
one, I cracked
Horizon
one.
dead.
Try to block this thing.
I got a PK.
One guy inside.
I got a PK. The Horizon.
I crack bang.
What are you on Horizon? Horizon cracked. Horizon dead. One more.
You got a PK,
No
you
gun.
got a PK.
Yep, hit it. Good.
20.
Try to punch him.
On me. I give him 20.
Side.
You got a PK, you got a PK.
No gun. Yep, hit it. Good.
20.
Try to punch him.
On me. I give him 20.
Yeah, I got punched. On you.
Horizon.
I crack bang.
What are you on Horizon?
I cracked one, I cracked one.
Horizon cracked.
I cracked
I'm
one,
healing
I
you,
cracked
Hal.
Horizon dead.
Bang is one.
More.
I got a P20. I'm coming.
Where? Where? One. Nice, nice.
Yeah, you gotta pick it.
Yep, hit it. Good. 20. On me? I give it 20.
Yeah, I got out. On you. On you, fuck.
I'm dead.
The G7 hit fire in a nutshell right there.
No thing, bro.
This guy got a gold devotion. What the fuck?
What?
Yeah.
The Horizon did?
Yeah, wait, is it the Horizon? It's not the yeah, Horizon.
I'm curious as to
La toalla con olor a...
Shit is a movie.
what?
Just the Discord and everything that's going on.
What's going on in the Discord? Oh boy. Oh fuck.
Bro, it's like
Yeah, I know. Yeah, go for it.
E8
Yeah.
thought that they could finish all of match point today and get on their flight in 3.5 hours. So it was an hour before the game started that they hit up tempo and they were like, hey, so we can't make it.
Okay.
So then the next up team was DSG, right? So they bring in DSG, and now DSG lands at both of Alliance's POIs. So now Alliance is just like mystery dropping because they don't have POIs now.
Yeah.
Because DSG's landing there. You have Alliance mad at tempo because they're like, you shouldn't have let DSG in. We should have just played with 19 teams. That's how you fucked up all the drop spots.
Yeah.
You have Hal mad at Alliance for just fucking mystery dropping, third partying them.
Yeah.
You have Obley mad at Alliance because they're mystery dropping. Then you have Hal and them mad at Yanya because the first time, or Obley and them are mad at Yanya and them because they shot them on the contest the first time from launch site. You have Tempo mad at E8 for letting them know late. Everybody's just fucking mad at someone, bro, and it's a crazy like web.
Well, to be fair, Hal just said, having a dog shit day, this doesn't help. And he said, all good. Hawkins is so chill.
Yeah, Hawkins is like, bro, I understand, but like, what the fuck do you want?
Yeah.
It's
a shit show. That's why I said my chat too.
That's
Also,
goes
bro,
without saying for sure.
I tell my chat, like, I get it. Just say you're a TSM fan, but like, why would they settle for Fragment East when they could just third party a fight over at Siphon and get good loot?
That's facts,
That's
rap.
what I tell my chat. I was like, you guys are a little bit hypocrites.
Bro, today I've just been like this past few days. I just go like hop on Apex, win one game, and then just like stop playing. You know what I mean? Like I just can't play anymore without my boys.
The third party, they're like,
Or without playing with people. Playing by myself is just so boring.
The whole thing you want. You literally want chaos. You're getting it. Like that's the whole point. You know what I mean? Like doesn't make any sense.
Everybody's they're arguing in the Discord that like
Let's get it.
they should have never brought DSG in.
Okay.
They had the qualifying 20 teams for this lobby.
Yeah.
And just because one team couldn't make it, like they should just start with 19.
Fair.
They shouldn't have just brought in a random team.
That's fair. Because I guess DSG contesting the thermal spot where Alliance thought they
Thermal
were getting over.
and they're taking their drop spot on North Pad.
Yeah.
So that's why they contested the lightning rod.
Yeah,
When
true.
They would never do that.
You gotta play with the team
Anyway,
nowadays. Facts. Well, I mean,
I would put you at the front.
I can play by myself.
I didn't hurt anybody on the robbery.
You did.
I can play by myself, no problem. It's just boring. You know what I mean? It's just so fucking boring, bro. It is just a fucking snooze fest. Like the reason I played Apex was to play with the boys. You know. Here's how mine. I'm just living life, bro. How about you? What's new?
This is Kenneth Jones, a cold case killer who's about to get away with murder. But there's one fatal mistake he makes that seals his fate 10 years later. Stephanie, her boyfriend Michael, and their 4-month-old daughter lived in a duplex in Idaho Falls. Michael's half-brother Kenny and the men's mother Lynette resided there as well. On Monday, August 20th, Michael left for work at 6:45 a.m. and received a panicked call from his mother around 12:30 that afternoon. Stephanie had gone missing, and their 4-month-old daughter had been left alone at the house. Eerily, the only thing missing from the residence was Stephanie's cell phone. Eventually, Michael called the police. As it turns out, there was one person who saw Stephanie last, Michael's 19-year-old brother Kenny, who investigators sat down with only 3 days after her disappearance. It would take years for Kenny's lies to finally catch up with him. But when it all comes crumbling down, you'll witness his epic meltdown. The following never-before-seen footage has been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed attorney, a licensed clinical psychologist, a former licensed professional counselor, a licensed professional counselor, and a former detective, former licensed polygraph examiner, and former hostage negotiation commander and instructor. To
That's a
start,
lot
Kenny
of official
explains that he
people.
woke up around 8 o'clock that morning and called his place of work, Cardone's Car Wash.
And when you got home, Stephanie was there.
Yep.
Okay. Who else was there?
Nobody that time.
And then what happens?
Stephanie said she'd be right back. Said okay.
Okay.
She left.
What's
My
new
mom
with you though,
came,
kitties?
talked to my mom
Surely
for a minute,
something
and she
exciting
was
has been
just
going on in your life.
Yep, her and the baby.
Surely.
Going to the store. Mike said that she had to go get some petrol bismol and stuff this morning.
So she leaves. You're home basically by yourself at that point.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what happens?
Stephanie comes home.
You know what time that was?
Not exactly. It was just 5 minutes after my mom left.
Kenny's use of present tense as he's speaking gives the appearance that he's telling a story rather than what actually happened.
Okay. And then what happens?
How does that make sense? Telling a story.
You can go back to work to see.
How long were you there for you? How long after Stephanie arrived did you leave?
Just right away, pretty much.
This is what is known as an exclusion
Interesting.
qualifier, which is much different than a definitive answer, as it leaves the door open to the possibility that he could be withholding information. Pretty much is an easy way to avoid technically lying. The suspect can
And I say pretty
justify in
much
their
quite
mind
often.
that they told the truth. They just
Doesn't mean I'm
left
lying,
out
though.
a little part. It's also a form of
mean I'm
lying
lying.
by omission. This is used frequently by skilled liars, as they can justify in their minds telling only what they think the other person needs to know, or any other kind of justification they come up with to omit the whole truth. When detectives hear suspects using multiple qualifiers, they will likely see it as a red flag for possible deception. They will keep this in mind as Kenny continues with his story. He claims that he drove back to work to see if he was needed, whereas Gary apparently told him to take the day off. Next, the teenager drove to a friend, Colby's house, where he states that they played video games for 45 minutes. Kenny refers to Colby as Kobe throughout the interview.
Kobe.
If I got a hold of Kurt On and I talked to them and they said that you didn't work Monday at all.
Well, I work.
The time clock doesn't show that.
Well, then I must not hit the right button.
You don't wait for confirmation that.
Well, it's normally it says employee punched in, but normally it's just so automatic. We do it all the time. But there's a lot of times that you won't get punched in.
So what happens if you're working and you use the wrong code or whatever and you didn't understand what happens then?
You go out to Velma and you ask her, you tell her that, well, I was clocked in from here to here, it was supposed to be, but it says I wasn't, and she'll fix it.
She corrects that?
Yeah.
How often do you do that?
Whenever it happens.
How often is that? I don't know how. Every day? Is it once a week?
This is probably the second time it's happened since I've started. I worked for 2.5 weeks.
Kenny appears to be unconcerned regarding the fact that his employer is not corroborating his story. Despite this, he adamantly insists that he was at work on Monday, August 20th, and Gary, along with his coworker Jesus, would be able to confirm his alibi. However, this is just the first of many inconsistencies in his jumbled story.
Remember, I was out there yesterday and I talked to you about those scratches. Okay. Yeah. When did that happen?
Sunday morning.
That same Monday morning. What time?
Walking to work.
First time or the second time? First time. Did you tell anybody about it? I mean, you're bleeding. Did Gary ask you?
They asked about it. They said, how'd that happen?
Okay.
And I said, out there.
Okay. So Gary asked you about it?
Everybody's asking about it. Didn't they know what's going on? And
Strangely, Kenny arrived at work with prominent markings along his neck. Seeing as they were vertical rather than horizontal, it's almost as if someone had intentionally scratched him. But Kenny had an explanation. He claims that he merely ran into a tree limb on the south side of Cardone's parking lot.
Anything else happened Monday you want to tell me about?
nothing.
Okay.
Just,
All that.
like a normal day.
That's
Just another day.
okay.
Doing your
Well,
thing.
you remember that happened just like you told me, though, huh?
Yep. For positive fact. I know. I know.
Okay. All right.
What Kenny is saying for a positive fact is not only an unusual choice of words, but it can also be considered a qualifying statement. Kenny's words provide emphasis,
For a
which
fact,
he may feel he
man.
needs in order to sound believable. When people are being deceptive, they're more likely to give evasive answers, whereas a truthful person will give firm yes or no answers.
What you tell me is questionable, and then we can always do a polygraph.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have any problem taking one today? You go ahead and take one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So if I tell you that we've contacted Kobe and Gary, and they say you're full of shit, I'm glad we take a polygraph test.
Me and her always got along.
Uh-huh.
We've never once ever gotten in an argument about anything. Get along with all her kids. Her kids love me.
You get along with Mike well too.
I mean, Mike's my brother.
I know that.
Yeah, I get along. I get along great.
So well.
When I first got out of jail, we might have argued a little bit because it took me a little bit to find a job, but that's it. You know, just him wanting me to get back on my
Yo,
feet,
Sean, what's
get a
up, buddy?
job.
Next, the detective asks for Kenny's consent to search his vehicle, and the teenager complies. However,
Yo.
the significance of what is discovered will only reveal itself well down the road, and the findings are shocking to say the least. Without hesitation, Kenny agrees to a polygraph exam. His willingness to help with the investigation makes it plausible that he was simply the last person to see Stephanie when he left the house that day. The detective reads Kenny his Miranda rights while informing him that he's not being forced to take the test. Kenny acknowledges this and signs a document submitting to the exam. However, seeing as how this is his initial interview, it's never recommended that a polygraph be administered this closely to the event. It's only been 3 days since Stephanie vanished, and emotions are likely too raw for a polygraph to yield the most accurate results. The purpose of the first interview should be to see what the person of interest knows.
What are you up to,
lock them
Sean?
into their story.
You know what I've
At
been
the
thinking
end
of
of the
doing
initial
recently
interview,
is maybe I'll do it
investigators
this
can ask the
weekend.
person if they would be willing to take a polygraph.
Just sit there and watch the Lord
If
of the
individual
Rings
agrees, it should be scheduled for the following week.
extended
after some
edition.
time
Chill
has
out.
passed. Still, investigators proceed with the polygraph immediately following the initial interview.
I've always kind of wondered how these work. Because you think it's based on, like, I don't know, like blood pressure, I guess. Mm-hmm. But if somebody was in here getting questioned, would they already be kind of nervous? Or, well, I suspect so. Yeah. I'm not nervous that I did anything wrong.
Yo, dude, you're just climbing the ranks. Oh my god.
Been here before, so the whole new thing to me.
You're insane, Sean.
Your body has two systems, the voluntary system and the involuntary system. The voluntary system you have complete and total control over. When you want to wiggle your fingers, you tell your fingers to do so, and they do. The involuntary system, that would be the system that controls your heart, and that's the system that I'm going to be paying attention to today. You have absolutely no control over. Now, are you going to answer each and every time?
Yes.
Perfect. When I asked you if this card was all yellow in color, how'd you answer?
Yes.
And were you telling me the truth or were you lying?
I was telling you the truth.
So what should your heart have written out in polygraph language for me to read?
Truth.
Okay. When I asked you if this card was all yellow in color, how'd you answer?
Yes.
And were you telling me the truth or were you lying?
I was lying.
So what should your heart have written out in polygraph language?
Should have told you that I was lying.
Outstanding. Outstanding. When you lie, even a small lie, you're writing that out in polygraph language for me to read. You're what we in the polygraph business refer to as a textbook responder.
All right.
Did you realize that you were so sensitive?
I didn't.
That must be why this thing's working so well for you.
The purpose of these statements are to calm the truthful person, who should then conclude that they have nothing to worry about now, because this really works and they'll prove they didn't do it. On the other hand, the deceptive person will become very stressed and conclude that they're about to get caught. The examiner will be able to observe these reactions in the person's face as well. They'll either appear calm or extremely stressed. Later, during the post-test, if the individual says this instrument is wrong and the examiner doesn't know what they're doing, the examiner can then remind the person that they were able to pick out the person's lie previously, just as they are currently.
The two main ways liars try to defeat the polygraph is drug use or disassociation. Neither one of them work. The only way that it would work is if you took so much it rendered you unconscious, I had to call you an ambulance to push you out of here, then you would beat the polygraph because you wouldn't be able to take the test.
You couldn't take it.
Yeah. way liars try to defeat the polygraph is through disassociation. Thinking of something completely different while the test questions are being asked. Let's say, for example, you were suspected of killing a green hippopotamus. Let's say that you actually did kill this green hippopotamus. Do you think your heart would forget about killing the green hippopotamus just by thinking about a dog?
As soon as you said green hippopotamus are illegal.
Of course.
Straight up.
So what I'm telling you, Kenny, is this. There's only one way you can beat the polygraph. There's only one way I can beat the polygraph. There's only one way anyone can beat the polygraph. The only way to
There's
beat
not
the
only one way to
polygraph
beat the
is not beat
polygraph,
the test.
buddy, but
There's
keep lying.
nothing you can do to keep this thing from working on you here today.
According to our
Keep
polygraph
lying.
expert, who's also a former instructor, the polygraph consists of 3 stages, including the pre-test, the in-test, and the post-test. The purpose of the pre-test is to ensure the person is calm and relaxed, as anyone would be nervous in this type of situation. Part of the pre-test would include letting the person give their side of the story, and also allowing them an opportunity to confess and save face.
Now, when it comes to Stephanie, if what we got going here is that something has happened and you're very nervous about coming forward because of all the tension in the family and things like that, I want you to get over that because inevitably the truth will come out, and it looks a hell of a lot better if the truth comes out at your
piss.
mouth, rather than.
I gotta piss, Sean. Pack a toke, brother. Pack a
That,
toke for me,
through
man.
evidence, it just looks better that way.
There are 5 different strategies a liar might use during an interrogation, which are known as stancer, trancer, romancer, insulator, and prancer. Notice how often Kenny nods his head in agreement with the detective or tries to finish his sentences. This indicates that he may fit best with the romancer strategy of lying, because he's likely trying to please the detective so he won't consider him to be a suspect. However, the detective doesn't fall for this, as he's about to confront Kenny with another piece of conflicting information, yet again painting him in a bad light.
There's been a couple things that have since developed, and that's what I really want to talk to you about. I mean, okay. What about Kobe? You said you were over at Kobe's house. Yeah. Kobe was contacted. You know what I said?
I have no idea.
He hadn't seen you in 5 months.
You see me? Yes, he had.
Colby claims that Kenny had only ventured over to his house 2 or 3 times in the past to play video games, but nothing more. He asserts that Kenny was never at his house on Monday, August 20th, and tells the detective that he had been working from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. that day at Murray Painting and returned to his house thereafter. This would later be confirmed through Colby's employer. His wife, Tori, made sure that her husband was present at all times during the teenager's visits, as he made her feel rather uncomfortable, although the reasoning behind this is unclear. She also denies to ever seeing Kenny on that Monday.
If something happened, I want you to tell me about it. I need the explanation from you, because the problem with people is they start making their own assumptions.
The thing that, I don't know, that troubles me the most, I don't know about everybody else, is that the neighbor didn't hear anything. And if somebody were to come in our house and try to...
As I spat all over myself like a
the
fucking fool.
neighbors would hear her scream.
Because the family resides in a duplex, it would have been easy for the neighbors to hear of any disturbances. However, they did report to Michael that it was unusually quiet that morning.
She's not really a little girl. I mean, she's small, kind of. Somebody were to try and hurt her, she would fight. I mean, she would fight. Oh, she'd fight. I bet she would swing balls, punches, and scream, and try to pick up anything she could.
Kenny may not realize it here, but he's giving a possible explanation for the scratches found on his neck.
I can't even imagine what it'd be like to tell her. I mean, her oldest daughter, she's gonna freak. She's so cute. I don't know.
Kids your own explanations. If somebody's taken away from you,
I'm really sorry for it because I'm just so young and
just old enough that she'll remember, but she'll never know.
She'll never know.
Break my heart. Yeah. I don't see what could happen. We were all so happy. And then something comes up. If somebody knew something, you would expect. Well, man, want them to come out and tell. Want, you know, it's just odd not knowing what happened. So I don't know whether to be sad because I don't know if she's okay or I don't know. We've had a case like this before in the past, and what happened in that case was there was a bit of an argument, and the guy lost his temper, accidentally killed him, and then put the body. That's what happened to us. See how somebody could have to be sick.
Take note of how Kenny uses the word sick to describe someone who accidentally takes the life of another person. If a suspect is guilty, they usually won't make negative statements about actions that they themselves committed. This is similar to how guilty people respond to the punishment question, as they're unlikely to agree to a severe punishment when given a hypothetical scenario of a crime that's similar to what they committed. In addition, the detective is likely setting up the potential theme of what happened to Stephanie being an accident. By mentioning a similar case, he's trying to normalize the crime in order to make it easier for Kenny to elicit a possible confession.
What type of person would do something like this? I think it's just a sick person, not like mental or anything, but just like sick in the head. Like they don't realize they could have a good reason. What do you think the reason would be? I don't know. Stephanie didn't have any enemies. Nobody ever came to the house mad at her. Nobody ever called her phone threatening her. Nobody. My mom said she had one guy in her group. His name was.
Can't hear the audio.
I guess Stephanie said it never really freaked her out.
How about now?
How much he called. And I guess he called that morning, but she didn't answer.
How is it now, brother?
World's full of second chances. Is it possible that this guy didn't mean for it to happen and deserves to be, given probation? It doesn't matter. It didn't mean for it to happen. It's like saying you accidentally were drunk and had a kid in your car. I mean, that doesn't make it right just because you didn't mean for it to happen. I think whatever happened is being punished. I mean, what about the punishment? I don't know whether they give them the death penalty or life in prison.
Although Kenny is giving the right answers, there is an upward inflection in his voice.
Death penalty or life in prison.
An innocent, truthful person would be more likely to respond with a strong punishment and a firm tone of voice. This suggests that Kenny isn't confident in his response, but instead is asking the detective if these should be the punishments, once again placing him in the romancer category of lying. It's also possible that he's digging for information to see if the detective will provide any feedback about whether these would be the punishments for someone harming Stephanie, or if the punishment could possibly be less severe. But as the twisted story continues, authorities are faced with another shocking revelation. According to an inmate who had previously served time with Stephanie, she was apparently never well liked by fellow inmates. Although it's important to remember that this was just one person's opinion of Stephanie, and the validity of the statement is unknown.
That's funny.
Other inmates may not share in this belief. However, police now have to consider the possibility that someone else may have set a deadly plan
save
into
yourself
motion
from failure
due to an unknown motive. Given Stephanie's past substance use, authorities are confounded with an endless list of people who may know more than they're letting on. It seemed that the mountain of possibilities was only growing higher as each new piece of information was introduced.
Is it possible that there would be any sort of DNA Stephanie's DNA found on any of your clothing or in your car or something like that? I offered them to search my car. I offered them anything they want, and they know where to find me. We're at home. Now, what about Jesus, Kobe, and Gary? Pretty much saying that you weren't where you see you were. Are they lying? They have to be. I was at Kobe's house over there. He had a Nintendo Wii.
Kenny suddenly sniffs, as well if you watch the change in his hand movements when he's talking to when he's being questioned about his alibi. There's a freeze. When his hands start working again, there's a delay in his emphasis. This is referred to as mismatching illustrators. You can see when he starts listing the information about the games, which he's knowledgeable about, his illustrators line back up.
Did we play? I can tell you the game we played. What game? It's called Wii Sports. It has like boxing, tennis, golf, and track. I mean, all kinds of stuff on it. All kinds of different games. Did you help murder Stephanie? No. Did you murder Stephanie? No.
Hey, let's go. W, Sean, you would have won, bro. That's unfortunate.
Yes. Right now, can you take me to Stephanie? No.
A polygraph should be a single-issue test. Relevant questions should be short and direct. The examiner just listed off a sequence of 4 questions for Kenny. However, there was a problem with one of his questions, as the answer elicited was yes, while it should have been framed in a way that the response would have been no.
Now, the more familiar you are with your questions, you kind of have to determine whether you're telling me the truth or lying. So, what I'd like you to do is take some time, look over your questions. I'm going to take some things. And I'll be back with you in just 4 minutes. Okay.
Once the detective returns, the actual test begins, where Kenny is given the same questions. He doesn't change one single answer, even when asked again in a different order. The detective leaves the room to obtain the official chart results, but Kenny is left in an anxious state as he begins to fidget. He also yawns, possibly indicating shallow breathing due to a fight-or-flight response.
Okay, I might know what question was it. It's kind of messed me up. What question? One, he asked me, did you murder Stephanie? When I was sitting like this, I thought kind of I heard your voice, I kind of jumped. Oh, you kind of startled me. So.
This is a significant comment from Kenny because he's acknowledging that his response is going to reflect an undesired reaction.
Yeah, don't think about it for a second. No, you do that. All right. Well, Kenny, what do you think of what regards to the rest of murder Stephanie and the audience and all that? Hey, how soon would you like to know the results of your exam? Anytime, whenever? Okay. Would you give it 10 minutes and I'll go do that. I'll go in and watch the show. All right. Is this the picture that's on the news? I don't like her picture of Monticello in the news. Well, we thought that was kind of messed up. Oh. Because we gave the news the nice picture of the kids and stuff. And my mom said it was Monticello. Well, perhaps that was the most recent. Oh. Oftentimes that's what they could have been because she just went to jail. Yeah.
Trying to avoid the discomfort that Stephanie's picture causes him, Kenny initiates small talk and sits as far away from her picture as possible. However, when the detective leaves the room, the suspect decides to rest his eyes, although they will be wide open in the coming minutes as the interrogation is about to take a drastic turn.
All right, Kenny. The results of the polygraph indicate that you haven't told me the entire truth in regards to what's going on with Stephanie. Okay.
Kenny's reaction to the polygraph results is a red flag for deception. Someone who is telling the truth would be more likely to have a strong reaction to finding out the test indicated that they were lying. They might become angry or offer firm denials. However, Kenny doesn't even appear to be surprised.
That's the case with these. You used an alibi using several different people, and not one can alibi you up. Okay. You just failed a polygraph. Okay.
Put yourself in Kenny's shoes here. He's being told that people are saying he's lying about his alibi. It seems most people would have a strong and angry reaction to being accused of lying about something so important. And yet he has almost no reaction.
I don't know. Like I said, I think that you've treated me very, very decent this entire time. Okay. I don't think that you're trying to play me for a fool. That's not what we got going here. Okay. And, okay. Good. Good. You don't think I'm stupid. No, I don't. Okay. Thank God.
The reason I think you might have said that, and I don't want to say this because I don't want to get you in trouble. So if I said something to you, you wouldn't let go arrest him.
No. Depends.
Well, then, see, there's nothing to do with Stephanie or anything.
Okay. Having that
but he sells drugs. So somebody calls and this is Detective so-and-so, and we want to ask you a couple questions about Kenny right away.
Oh, shit.
Pretty sure saying, and you're like, well, I haven't seen him.
We still have the thing called.
Yeah.
Okay, now listen to me, okay? Like I said before, this thing's not going to draw a picture of him. It's not going to draw a picture of it. And I need that from you.
Detectives trained in the Reed technique are taught that once the evidence clearly points to a suspect, they should minimize the frequency of the suspect's denials. This prevents the suspect from establishing confidence in their lies, as the more times they repeat something, the stronger they may hold on to their story.
But the technology that we have today, there's just no way that if you're responsible or have a problem, there's no way that you're going to walk away from this.
Oh, I know that.
Now, having that said, what we need to concentrate on here is damage control.
Kenny is unaware to the fact that the authorities have already uncovered critical pieces of evidence within the home. Still, he maintains his innocence.
I just want Stephanie to come home.
Me too.
Where's she at, Kenny?
I don't know where she's at, but I haven't been completely honest. We did get in an argument that morning after she came back. And when I left, and I said I went back to work and stuff, I was just driving around going off steam. Then when I came back,
The liars
she was
will do.
gone, and she was missing. And then I just started getting worried that it was all going to point to me. So that's why I tried saying that crap. But we did get in an argument that day.
What were you guys arguing?
I went in to wake her up. She used her phone and woke the baby up, and she said, God damn it, can't you just grab your phone? You know, and you're trying to sleep. And I said, well, God, if you're going to be a bitch about it, I'll just leave. I used the phone and let you call. I did.
Kenny states that he made the phone call to his dad after he'd already called his place of work. However, his story is quickly falling apart.
I'm having difficulty figuring this part out. If you call your dad after you call work, how come the phone was in her room and she was asleep? I mean, the reason
Kill this fucking guy real quick and then get him out of here. Stupid ass skeleton bitch.
Okay? Here's the problem. When a person recalls events, put your foot down, relax. When a person recalls events, it's a heck of a lot easier to recall them because they're true. If I would have asked you, tell me about the first birthday party you can remember, you could take me from beginning to end. Because it happened. It's an actual event. The reason people can't keep up with their stories is because it's not true.
The detective slowly begins to invade Kenny's space in order to instill a high sense of anxiety, which seems to be working.
Real men tell the truth. It takes a lot of balls to tell the truth.
Here, I'm starting right now. 8:30 in the morning, not 8:30, I woke up. 8:30, I called work and told them that my dad had to come fix my car and that I wouldn't be coming in.
Who's Stephanie's phone?
Yes. Yes. And they said, okay.
Okay, Kenny, hold up right there, right? Why are you lying to me about going to work? You You know what I mean?
I was trying to put myself in a place away from the house. Because when my mom...
Pay attention and watch close. Why would you want to put yourself away from the house if you had nothing to do with her missing?
I understand it completely. Okay. Now I'll figure like, why did he lie about going to work?
You're damn right. And why is he lying about phone calls? You're damn right. Okay? Damage control. Let's go pick Stephanie up. Let's go get her. Okay?
I swear to God, I do not know where she is.
Kenny has just displayed a few cluster signs of anxiety. The hand rubbing, the self-soothing face rubbing, the shifting in the chair, and his statement saying that he swears to God.
We had been in an argument that morning. She was a little mad when I left, and when I got home,
Now let's get something straight about that. She had no cause to yell at you for borrowing her phone. You don't have a phone, I suppose, right? No. And what she's doing sleeping in the
Alright,
middle of the day,
alright.
She just
Let's
got
go,
home.
let's go. No fucking shards. I mean, one shard, one totem top.
except for sleep and watch TV. I don't buy into that at all. I don't think she had any
Give me some.
to argue with you over that, over trying to use her phone.
It wasn't about using her phone. It was because I woke her and the baby up, and the baby started crying.
Kenny goes over the timeline of events once more, but the detective isn't buying it. As we will come to learn, his story is full of holes, and this will only be further confirmed by his mother when her account of events is later revealed.
I would have no reason to murder her. I mean, I would not gain anything from it. I wouldn't gain money. I wouldn't gain anything. There would be no logical reason to do it. If we would have got in a yelling, screaming argument, fighting or something, the neighbors would have heard us. For dead sure they would have heard something happen in the house. No matter where we were at, downstairs, upstairs, in the bedroom with the door shut, it wouldn't have mattered. The neighbors would have heard us.
Okay? So you beat that into my head from our entire contact that she didn't scream, she didn't make any sort of sounds. This is going to make you look very, very cold-hearted. People are going to look back upon this and say, my gosh, with all that evidence, a failed polygraph, with all the stupid stuff that came out of his mouth, he's still sitting there not owning up to what he did, being a man, and owning up. Kenny, hear me out. You're still not owning up to what has happened. You're still not telling the truth. Those children deserve better. They
I'd be like, nah, man, I ain't hearing nothing though.
I know you haven't.
Fuck you.
Never once. Never once. Never even thought about it. She never mentioned it. Never.
Talk to me. You're lying to me.
No, I'm not. I swear to God.
You're not lying now?
I will. You can write new questions, polygraph me on the argument, everything.
Kenny, that ship sailed.
Nonetheless, the detective pushes forward and pleads with Kenny to give a truthful account before stepping outside to give the teenager room to think. Kenny takes the opportunity to close his eyes yet again. Upon returning, the detective asks Kenny for his father's cell phone number, as another piece of evidence has made its way into the light.
That's the number you called for the phone.
Okay.
Just check your phone records, Kenny.
Well, they're on there.
Kenny, there's stories unraveling, okay? There's stories unraveling quicker.
I didn't because
Look at her.
I can see her.
Look at those kids.
I know. And the one that's running in the picture, I know.
His hands are shaking.
I mean, I have no reason.
Homie's shaking.
I don't know where she's at. I wish you'd come home. I know the story don't match, but I didn't touch her.
Supposedly, Kenny had a much darker side to himself than meets the eye. According to Lynette, he had a short temper, and his anger even became so amplified at one point that during a terrifying ordeal, he had reportedly threatened to take the life of his father's dog with a knife.
Jesus
Fearing
Christ.
that he may actually follow
Not the
through with
dog.
the
What the
threat,
fuck?
Doug took his gun and fired a warning shot, snapping his son out of the spiraling rage. It was as though the teenager could explode at any given second. But the question of whether or not he could take another person's life remained at the forefront of everyone's mind.
You want to know what's going on in your body right now? Your heart's beating real, real fast. Your head's spinning. because you can't keep up with your own BS. Okay?
My head's not spinning it.
Then how come you can't keep a story straight? Come on, Kenny.
What do you mean keep the story straight?
You didn't call your dad?
Yes, I did.
Not from her phone?
Then whose phone did I call from?
It's your story, Kenny. You tell me.
I don't have any other phone. Hers was the only phone at home. The only possible phone.
You're not a hardened criminal. Stop acting like one.
I know I'm not. That's why I don't get what's going on. I didn't do anything.
Act like a person who's remorseful. Act like a person who cares.
I do.
You care?
I didn't do anything to her.
What's going on, Kenny? You're holding back.
No, I'm not. I
Not this time.
didn't do anything to her.
You just lied to me earlier, but I'm supposed to buy into what you're saying now.
I don't expect you to believe anything I say.
Okay?
The only thing you guys are ever going to believe me saying is that I chopped her up into little pieces and put her in a box somewhere. The only thing you guys will ever believe me saying, though.
You did that.
No. Was there any blood in the house? Was there any blood anywhere? There's no blood on any of my clothes. There's no blood in my car. There's no blood nowhere. I didn't touch her. She was fine.
Little does Kenny know that authorities have already found damning evidence within that small duplex home. While nothing but Stephanie's cell phone had been missing, there was still a suspicion that a fight had ensued. In hopes to reveal more, detectives conducted a luminol test for blood in the bathroom, where they encountered a positive reaction around the backsplash of the vanity, the sink, both handles of the vanity cabinet, the toilet handle, the bathtub drain, and the door handle. Although, as we will come to find out, this wouldn't be the last pieces of evidence they find.
I would never hurt her. I would never hurt anyone like that. I know the consequences. I know how smart the cops are. I know they can find anything about anyone, anytime, anywhere. They can find out anything. I mean, I know that. I would know there would be no chance in any way to get away with anything nowadays. I know that. I wouldn't.
This is more romancer behavior. By stating, I know how smart the cops are, they can find anything, he's trying to win over the interrogator and convince him to believe him.
We're not debating the fact that you had something to do with the cleanup. What's up for debate is how big a theory something done. Have you killed before?
I haven't ever done anything. I haven't ever killed. Never. I haven't ever hurt somebody. I didn't touch her. She was fine. Living, breathing.
So you're going to leave here and go look in your brother's eyes and tell him how you did on the polygraph. You're going to go look at your brother, look in his eyes, and tell him that every time you opened your gap, it was a lie. You're going to go tell him that. You're damn right he's going to be mad. Why would
I didn't do anything to her?
Kenny, there's more to the fight.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, there is.
No.
Hey,
I don't see why you smile. This isn't a laughing matter.
it's not. It's not. But
the argument was wild, nothing.
What we've got going here, I'm smiling because you treat me like a...
No, I'm not.
You treat me like I'm stupid.
No, I'm not. And I can already see myself, but I didn't hurt her. I didn't. She was fine.
Okay. You can see that you already yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. I agree. The best way to yourself would be to just give it up. Okay? You into cars?
Yeah.
Okay. You got a 1968 Camaro. Somebody puts a dent in the quarter panel.
You gotta go outside?
Just trash the car?
I take my dog outside. I'll be right back.
No, you
don't. You fixed it. So why on earth are you willing to scrap your entire life on something?
Why would I admit to something I didn't do? It's going to be throwing my life away.
Kenny, don't even start with that. We'll give you a crash course in polygraph. Question number 5. Did you murder her? Oh, look at his blood pressure. Look at that.
I didn't touch her. I didn't hurt her. I didn't murder her. I already told you when you asked me that question, I jumped.
Did you murder her?
No. When I heard your voice, I kind of jumped a little bit.
3 times. 90% of the time, people don't have reasons to do it. They have no gain from it. I know that you were number one.
That would be the point. Oh, let's just kill Stephanie and go to jail for the rest of my life. That seems like a good idea to do this morning.
You are a liar.
I don't see how you say I'm lying when all I'm doing is sit here fine. I'm not moving. I might go like this, or
Kenny,
I'm looking you straight in the eye while I'm talking to you. I know.
is that what truthful people do?
I'm not saying that's truthful people, but I mean, I don't see what.
You're full of it, okay? You are a liar. That's been proven.
I've been a liar my whole life.
Kenny shares the common misconception that eye contact insinuates honesty. Many of us are taught from a young age to look at people, especially adults, in the eye when speaking to them. However, unwavering eye contact can be considered nonverbal communication indicating dishonesty. The deceptive person looks for cues in the listener's facial expressions, gestures, and overall nonverbal communication to see if their dishonesty is successful. As Kenny admits to being a lifelong liar, he might think that sharing this character flaw would make him appear honest and willing. In actuality, this is working more to reveal a core characteristic of antisocial personality disorder. Individuals with antisocial personality disorder can lie for many reasons, but it's primarily to manipulate others and get what they desire.
But I know wouldn't lie about killing somebody. I wouldn't.
So you're okay with that? You're okay with being a liar? You're okay with
Are you saying you've never lied in your life? You saying you've never said anything that you've never lied? Never in your whole life? Never ever. All right then. Was you a liar too then?
I don't lie when I'm looking right at it. Straight in the face. All the evidence is there.
Well, if you have all the evidence, then where is she?
He eventually breaks into uncontrollable sobbing. However, it's obvious that not a single tear is for the missing mother. Next, he waves his arms at the camera and motions to his ear, wishing to use a phone. He takes the picture of Stephanie and her kids, but is unable to actually look.
Please, God, just let her go. Mom, I swear to God, I didn't hurt her. I swear to God. I would never do that to you guys. Never in my life.
What happened?
Nothing is wrong, I know. I felt her polygraph test, but I didn't hurt her, Mom.
You failed the polygraph?
Yes.
And you weren't at work that morning. Why did you tell me you were at work?
Because I thought Stephanie just went to the store or something. I thought she'd be back. I was just trying to see what happened, waiting to see what
You guys
happened.
got into an argument about what?
Oh, chilling, Rajat. What's up, buddy?
She hit the phone and she got kind of mad. And I said, well, if you're going to be fine then. And I went to go get
Chilling, boss. Your Mavs are killing it.
She was gone.
But that's not what happened, Kenny. When I came in the house, you said that she was gone.
She was there.
Oh, fuck. What
She
did
was
you
with
think?
her, with the baby. She left and came back for him. She was fine. Perfectly fine.
Kenny, none of this stuff.
I know.
Nothing fits.
189 hellhounds.
Bring her home. No
189.
matter what. Even if she's dead
Gain.
I would tell you guys.
Kenny asserts to his mother that he would have nothing to gain from Stephanie's death. However, this seems to be odd reasoning behind his proclaimed innocence.
Why would she even go with me anywhere? She wouldn't. But I already lied once, so no matter what I say to anybody. I already told the detective the only way you guys are going to believe anything I say is if I say I chopped her up into pieces. And then he got a smile on his face. Did you?
I want to believe you, Kenny.
What? You think so funny? This isn't a laughing matter.
Next, Lynette calls Michael, requesting that he make his way down to the station. It isn't long before he arrives, where Kenny continues to grovel.
Sorry, man. Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I couldn't do anything for her, man. She was fine. When I was, she was there. She was okay.
He's a good actor. I'll give him that. You know?
Why are you lying? I thought you'd be mad at it. I called her when we got in an argument, so I didn't think she'd tell you. I thought she'd be right home. I didn't think anything would be said about it. I thought everything was gonna be okay. I wouldn't hurt you guys on purpose. I mean, the baby. You. Oh, they don't know that, kid. They all know that you wouldn't do it on purpose. I wouldn't do it on accident. I wouldn't freak out enough to hurt her. I'm so sorry, Mike, that I didn't tell you that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, hey, Rashad, what's good? How are ya?
I love you too.
Michael leaves to talk with
My
the detective for a
man.
little while, but when he returns, Kenny's sobs have turned to rage.
Talk to me, Kenny. Explain it.
Well, how? You tell me you're the professional. How would I get out of the house without anybody seeing me? Tell me. You tell me. You're the one who did it, Kenny. No, she was there when I left. You're a liar. You're a liar. She was in there when I left. I left. She was perfectly fine. Breathing and everything. You don't know.
You haven't told me the truth yet today.
How do you know? How do you know she's dead? Did you do it? Did you kill her?
I'm just assuming the worst.
Maybe I'm assuming the worst that you did it. But when you do find out who it is and you realize it wasn't me, I'd like a handwritten apology. That'd be great. But if that never happens, I'll write you one. For lying to you, treating you like you say I'm treating you like stupid, I'll write you a handwritten apology letter if you find out it was me. Honest to God, I will write it.
No, I don't want that.
I'll write word for word the story, everything.
When I find out, yeah, that's what I want.
The truth. Okay?
Yeah.
You promise me the truth. I will shake on it. But it was not me. You find out it's somebody else?
Kenny is finally getting upset, which is what a normal reaction would be to someone falsely accusing you of something. Still, it took him a long time to work up to this. He appears to be a skilled liar, and once he sees that the other tactic isn't working, he switches and tries to pretend he's a man of honor by offering to shake on it. This is just a shift in his mode of deception.
Okay, you're on.
All right. Well, once that's my hand.
This is 911, sir. How can I help you?
I need to get hold of the sheriff's department. I found a dead body up here on the hill.
I'm sorry, you found a dead what?
A dead body. It's a kid or a woman, small girl with red hair.
On April 23rd, 2010, police were horrified to find Stephanie's remains buried in the Ammon foothills, only a short distance away from her house. Up until that point, it wasn't clear what exactly had happened to her. Surrounded by large amounts of wheatgrass, her body was placed about 20 yards from the unpaved dirt road. She was wrapped in a blue blanket, along with a floral pattern fitted sheet. But, most disturbing of all, black electrical tape covered a large portion of her head, while her hands were bound with the same material. Because the body had been decaying for an extended period of time, an autopsy couldn't directly pinpoint a cause of death. However, the ultimate conclusion was undetermined violence with binding of the body. Although the authorities were sure that the remains belonged to the missing mother, dental records had to confirm the gut-wrenching news. Stephanie's family could finally bring her home, but the question of how she passed would continue to haunt them. On April 30th, 7 days after the shocking discovery, Kenny is brought in for another interview. However, this time around, his story is even more conflicting than before, leaving everyone to wonder when the nightmare will finally be over.
Have you talked to your mom at all the last Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I did. She told you anything about kind of what's going on? Kind of, a little bit. I've been watching the news, so I kind of know a little bit about what's happened or what's going on yet.
Notice that the officer has immediately started the conversation in a position known as the confession position, and Kenny mirrors him, also sitting in a similar manner. The idea behind this is that this position is one that is more likely to encourage honesty and hopefully a confession.
What you heard from Mom? Guys found a body and he identified it as her. And I learned from the news that it was on Sunnyside Road that had access to windmills or something. I know it's been 2.5 years. Yeah, bro. Well, almost. It doesn't seem that long. But do you still kind of remember that day? Yeah, a little bit. My story hasn't changed. I was supposed to be at work early. And I got to the workplace on time, but decided, I'm not going to go to work. And I just walked out and left. I never even made it into the building or nothing. Just walked around the back of the building where I could see how busy work was and figured out through this.
This differs from his original story that he initially claimed to have walked into work and spoke with his manager Gary before supposedly clocking in for 45 minutes.
Well, I worked 45 minutes. That morning, if I remember right, you needed to use the phone for some reason. Yeah, I used it to call work, tell them that I told them I was going to be late. And then that was the last I used it. You got the phone, where did you get that from? I got it from Stephanie. Remember where she was when you got that phone? In the living room. I decided, hey, can I use your phone? Yeah, here you go.
Oh, where's the
Once
knife?
again, this is another discrepancy, as he'd previously told the detective in 2007 that he'd woken Stephanie up to use her phone.
I went in to wake her up. She used her phone and woke the baby up, and she said, God damn it, can you just grab the phone? You know, you're trying to sleep. And I said, well, God, if you're going to be about it, I'll just leave. So she goes where you think she goes to the store, and I assume that's where she goes to the store. Why'd you assume that? Because she said she'd just be right back. Oh, okay.
Do this quest real quick.
The baby was on. She left the baby there. I watched the baby. Oh, okay. You baby. And my mom got there and everything. And then when she found the baby, I don't know what happened. And when I got back, my mom was already there. My brother was there. So I'm guessing that she had to arrive shortly after I left, within 10 to 15 minutes. And backtracking just a tad there, you said that you watched the baby. Just for a second. Then where did the baby go? Huh? When Stephanie came back, I left.
Kenny claims that after he'd made a stop at his house, he then drove to Woodland Hills Elementary School where he smoked some of his marijuana while listening to music. However, the detective is about to reveal information that negates Kenny's new story.
So my mom asked me, she said, hey, where's Stephanie? And I said, she went to the store and watching the baby for a second. I said, well, all right, I'll be right back. And left. And then Stephanie came back and I left. And then when I got back, everybody was already there and she was gone. Because in your mother's statement, when your mother came home, neither Stephanie nor the baby was home. The baby was there. My mom never went to the living room. She walked in the back door, went into the bathroom, used the kitchen for a second, and then she walked right back out and left. Do you remember where you were at when your mother came home? I was in the kitchen. Okay, because your mother specifically says you were in the bathroom. And then she got into an argument with you because
Can't save either, nah, man.
No, and then that's what she says. Well, she didn't argue with me at all. I was just fine. I was in the kitchen making something to eat. I might have been taking a pee or something when she just got home, but I was in the kitchen at the time. Is there any way that you went somewhere else besides the people? No. That you went to? Yeah, and she obviously Lynette, your mom at your residence on the and that's kind of why I've been so stressed out about it, because I realized at first I was like a pathological liar. I got thrown out there. And then once I realized what was going on and no body was ever found, I realized, what if they don't find anything that specifically points to you or you? I honestly don't have anybody that can identify me anywhere. because by the time I got home, nobody saw me and everybody was there when I returned. So it kind of leaves me up the creek without a paddle. That's why I'm hoping something will turn up.
Next, the detectives asked
Definitely
Kenny
can't
if his
sleep,
family
man.
members
Just
have accused him of
here.
having anything to do with Stephanie's death, where he states that his mother, grandma, and sister believe him to be innocent. However, he doesn't mention his brother. According to police documents, both Lynette and Michael immediately thought that Kenny had done something terrible to Stephanie, seeing as he had visible scratch marks along his neck.
You're saying you had no involvement in it whatsoever? Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. Is there any way that, so if we're able to prove that this occurred at the residence, and then like that somehow the body had to be moved somewhere else, is there any way anybody could have forced you to move the body?
An oyster.
I couldn't drive my car very far. I think I was pushing it, just driving it as far as I did. That up and around there was a pretty long drive. I mean, how would you explain if something was to tie to it and tie your vehicle to it? I don't see really how that happened. I mean, I heard they found weeds in my car, but those, as far as I know, those could have been there for a long time, from a long time ago. I didn't really never wash my car or nothing. And the only thing in my trunk would have been my speaker box, and I've had that in and out of the house 1,000 million times. I mean, anything stuck to it, or, you know, no blood or nothing like that, but maybe a hair, or I don't know what. But other than that, there should be absolutely nothing.
However, Michael claims to have never seen Kenny move the equipment, putting another dent in his never-ending lie. As the story goes on, we learn that although the alternator in Kenny's vehicle was supposedly on the fritz, that didn't stop him from making multiple stops. In total, his driving time would have been 45 minutes, and this wasn't the only thing that the detectives found to be suspicious. As Michael drove back to work after not hearing from Stephanie, he noticed Kenny driving southbound on Ammon Road between 17th and Sunnyside at 11:43 a.m., heading in the same direction where Stephanie's body was later recovered. Apparently, the teenager looked as if he was speaking to himself, and Michael, unsurprisingly, found this to be more than a little odd.
If I remember right, there was an argument that morning or something happened on the phone, and I've never told anybody there was an argument. I don't remember ever saying there was an argument. I haven't been completely honest. We did get in an argument that morning.
It's no surprise that Kenny's unable to keep his story straight. According to Lynette, the teenager's always been a routine liar. Referring to Lynette's statement to police, even she would fear Kenny's inevitable wrath from time to time. According to one of Stephanie's ex-boyfriends who grew up with the suspect, Kenny would supposedly torture animals as a child and was known as a hellion. There was just no telling what he might do. It was like a ticking time bomb waiting to explode.
I pretty much was like, I just blocked everything out and just stayed in a basement in my friend's house doing drugs. That's pretty much all I've done for the last 3 years. I've never got a job. I've just been sitting and waiting and doing drugs. And I don't even know what to do now. I don't even know if I could go out and get a job. I mean, sure you could. Well, you went back to Cardone for a while. I know you did. I mean, everybody calling me Killer Kenny. Hey, look, I know a murderer kid. There he goes right there. I mean, in front of the customers, everybody. And so I went out to the main manager, Ben, and told him, hey, look, this needs to stop. Like, it was traumatizing almost.
Allegedly, Kenny's co-worker Jesus made chilling remarks towards the visible scratches on his face, allegedly joking and asking where he'd put Stephanie's body. In response, the teenager simply looked away. In another shocking revelation, Michael had supposedly told Stephanie that if she were to ever be attacked, that she should scratch at the person's face in defense. To top things off, Kenny's markings looked as if someone had done just that.
When we originally spoke 2.5 years ago, and you gave me stuff like that. Yeah. Would it surprise you if it's drastically different from what you told me today? No. I think the reason you don't really remember is I don't think you want to remember that day. The truth's easy to remember, but some misfabrications, it sounds like you're trying to say protecting someone, kind of. Nah, man. Not even yourself? No. If it would have been me, I would have probably already. So, man, what mean? What? Just because how traumatizing it was and how I felt everybody looked at me after that day. And I always figured, well, the truth will come out one day, and that's why I've never done anything like that, because I always figured, you know, I might have lied, I might be a little liar, but one day the truth will come out. And my lie won't matter anymore. Why? You know? Because you'll find out whoever did it. Figure, like it says in the Bible, you take an eye, you lose an eye. Take a life, lose a life. I don't know.
Although Kenny's unaware, the detectives are in possession of more information than has already been revealed. In 2009, while the suspect was in jail for an unrelated offense, an exchange of words between himself and another inmate would alter the course of the investigation forever. Eddie Arellano, a known jailhouse informant, was well aware of Stephanie's case and knew exactly who Kenny was. In hopes of discovering valuable information that could be used to lessen his own sentence, Eddie wished to gain Kenny's trust. Fortunately, his tactic was beyond successful. Kenny supposedly divulged his dark and twisted secret, allegedly claiming to have killed Stephanie. However, he referred to her as his girlfriend. Kenny apparently remarked that he had her all to himself now.
The reason that,
What a winner.
you know, is the only reason you said you drove clear out there to stop with Sunnyside and smoke pot is because Mike saw you in the car out there. No, I always drive that way. There's much pot. I stop where I stopped right there and smoke pot all the time. Did you see Mike when he was driving out there? No. Yeah, true. I really didn't see him.
Chest full of gold and a belly full of rum.
Didn't see that, you know. No.
Give me a big booty bitch and I'ma come in her bum.
I wasn't looking for him.
Look at that, I'm a poet, savage.
Is there any reason why Mike would fabricate that? I'm not gonna say, how can I even answer correctly when I'm not positive which road it is, which... Why would Mike say he saw you out there? Well, if it's on the road I turned and drove and smoked pot, he probably saw me because I was smoking pot. So he's not making it up. Well, if he saw me out there where I was driving some pot, yeah, he probably did see me. I'm not gonna... Do you think we're making this stuff up? No. Okay. But if I say I don't remember, I don't... Is that just an easier way out? Because you know a better answer, Kenny? No, I just honestly don't remember saying that. You're just trying to switch my words around and get me mad or something. No, you are. You did this 2.5 years ago. Same thing. I never made you mad. Yeah, you were rude the whole time, man. That's why my mom doesn't want to talk to you either. Because you're rude. Yes. I'm rude these days, Kenny. You're kind of being rude. You just don't like what I'm saying. No, it's just how you say it. He's great. He's not. He talks to you like a person, actually. I like him. He's really good. He is.
This guy's an idiot. He's falling for the good cop, bad cop routine so easy.
I hope it. Nothing broken in the house. Nothing tipped over. Nothing. Like somebody had a gun and told her, "You leave right now, or I'll kill your child."
Kenny states that his mother was the one to actually introduce this theory, but the detectives are once again suspicious that he may be lying.
But none of us have ever owned a gun. None of us have ever... Nobody had even owned any type of weapon at all.
With the latest puzzle piece, now a discovery from 2007 would finally make sense. Police discovered pieces of reddish-brown hair located in the trunk of his car, along with the same type of black electrical tape that was found around the victim's body. Forensic testing would later reveal that the DNA sequence of the hair matched that of Stephanie's molar tooth. Not only this, but they also uncovered a large amount of dust on the exterior of the vehicle, resembling the color of the dirt road leading to Stephanie's body, along with pieces of wheatgrass stuck to the car's undercarriage, which happened to be the same grass located at the crime scene. In
I
addition,
mean, that's pretty damning.
authorities ran another luminol test for
Pretty
blood,
damning.
revealing a positive reaction to Kenny's jumper cables and a tow chain under his spare tire.
Jumper cables.
It seemed that Kenny would immediately be charged with the heinous crime. However, investigators didn't believe they had sufficient evidence just yet. While serving time for the unrelated offense, Kenny supposedly
Look at him
told a fellow
smiling.
inmate, "There's no DNA. They don't have my fingerprints on nothing. They've got no witnesses that saw me put her in the trunk of my car."
I just want that
In
egg.
addition, while on a jail call with his father, Doug, Kenny allegedly claimed that if charged, he would plead insanity, apparently insisting that he would be sentenced to 2 years in an insane asylum before being released. But, just
Look at
as
that
they
one.
always had, Kenny's words would never hold any weight. In 2014, Detective Jessica Marley was assigned to the cold case, hoping to exact the truth once and for all. Digging for more information, the detective asked Eddie to sit down for another interview in 2018, where he recited Kenny's alleged confession of taking Stephanie's life. However, this time, he noted that Kenny said he was in love with Stephanie and placed her body in a shallow grave in the mountains. Piecing together the string of evidence, it was exponentially clear who had committed the brutal crime. However, it wasn't until he was officially charged with second-degree murder and at trial that Kenny would finally make an admission himself. As you'll see in the following clip, while behind glass and wearing a red mask, Kenny was forced to admit what happened as part of a plea deal where he pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter. Still, he manages to not quite own up to the heinous crime.
Tell me what you did, which makes you guilty of this charge. Unfortunately, because of an altercation that happened that day, and my actions, I pushed her, causing her to fall back and hit her head, and which she never recovered from.
That's right. Even as he admits to killing Stephanie, Kenny doesn't actually say that she died, only that she never recovered. He also never revealed what the alleged fight between them had been about. In another clip, Kenny also pleaded guilty to concealment and alteration or destruction of evidence.
Tell me what you did, which makes you guilty of this charge. My great shame, I didn't know what else to do, and I panicked, and I tried to conceal her body in the foothills.
Ultimately, in 2021, Kenny was sentenced to 15 years in prison and will serve a minimum of 6 years behind bars.
Damn. That's it? What the fuck?
Okay, thank you so much for being here.
That's it?
This will be the third update.
Is it?
Hey, Stavi, Eldis, and esteemed guest.
Yo, Miss Kaggirl, what's good, girl?
Thank you for taking my question today.
How you doing?
So, I'm in a bit of a predicament with my girlfriend.
Fire stream the other day with
of 1 year and
Fire stream the other day with the Left 4 Dead. That was highly enjoyable. I got to admit, highly enjoyable. Very good stream.
3 months. For context, I know you.
How am I doing? Oh, I'm just chilling, listening to some comedy, hanging out. You know how it goes. No worries. It was entertaining. It was really entertaining.
So what happened is basically she's had this problem with, someone who used to be in my life in a romantic way a long time ago, but no longer is. This individual doesn't even live in my state anymore.
What you been up to these days, though? Just streaming, working at all?
This person texts me every once in a while. She'll text me during holidays or during on my birthday or something and say, and they seem like perfectly innocuous texts. You know what I mean? Like, oh, how are you doing? Happy birthday, Merry Christmas. it really has put a bad strain on my relationship with her because she doesn't feel, trustworthy with this person.
Obviously.
She being my girlfriend right now, and basically, we've pretty much agreed that I need to either set boundaries with this person, with this other person, or cut her off entirely.
Yeah, just
Burn
cut
the
her
bridge,
off entirely,
off,
my
never
guy. What
speak
the
with
fuck?
her again. And I mean,
I'm
look,
looking for
I
you.
will confess, I'm not the hardest guy, you know what I mean? I'm not like the toughest guy in the world. I think I'm a little too nice, admittedly, sometimes. How
Am I
would you
supposed to
go
memorize
about it,
this?
Another thing I need to add is that she recently texted me and asked, "Oh, what are your New Year's
Pause this
plans?
for a second. I
Hey,
can't
what
even
are your
this
New
is
Year's
pissing me
plans?"
off. Come
It
on,
just gives
man.
me the
Your
answer.
girlfriend is so right. It's
hilarious.
insane. Like we all. What do you think a happy birthday, happy Thanksgiving, happy Christmas text is? It's always trying to fuck your ex. That's the way in every time.
Dating 101.
It's so clearly like they're
simple.
giving you the like before Instagram stories existed, that was the Instagram story. Where it's like now it's like a heart on an Instagram story is like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you get a response to Happy Merry Christmas, you're like, oh, I got the response. Interesting.
Yeah.
My ex-girlfriend, I didn't get she got a boyfriend between Thanksgiving and Christmas. I got a happy Thanksgiving. I did not get a Merry Christmas text. That's the thing. Is this girl dating someone? Like, this is, I mean, I know you're asking how to go about this, but I just need you to understand how.
What's going on? This guy is so oblivious to the situation. It's
texts
awesome.
like this from an ex solely exist to try and fuck you one last time. Because, like, there is a little bit of, like, you're grandfathered in with an ex. Where it's like, if you fuck your ex and you're both single on like Thanksgiving, who cares?
Yeah.
It doesn't count. You didn't add another. There's no new body. There's no that doesn't like they're already in the tally marks.
It doesn't
You're
count.
like you can feel good about it.
Good to
like,
know, good to
I just
know.
need to.
That's a
The
relief.
amount of time he said this has pissed me off, and now he just said something about New Year's.
Well, she asked for New Year's plans.
Yeah, and it's like, come on, bro.
But also, at the end of the day,
Yeah,
like
she's
your
asking for New
girlfriend
Year's
is
plans.
basically
Wake
saying,
up.
Hey, how
This
am I
guy's
supposed
hilarious.
to trust you?
Yeah.
And we're slowly building, a little over a year.
Yeah.
He must be
building up a trust.
jokes aside, the
And
man that called in, he
you
must be a
can't
little
clearly set
autistic.
boundaries with other people,
No
and you're
joke.
allowing this, what's the word? Temptation,
Yeah,
maybe,
yeah,
to be
yeah,
out there, or you're not being clear
Oh,
with this
no.
person and showing that you mean something. Like she's important in your life, then he's gonna every time you text, it's like, okay, when are you gonna tell this girl?
Allowing temptation is so right too, because
Yeah.
it's like I'm trying to lose weight, but it's like somebody sent me some chocolate bars. They're in my house still. I've had chocolate in the last
You need to
week.
give them to your guests.
They need to go away. Yeah, you're
Yes.
right. Yeah, you want some of Mr. Beast's
You have
chocolate?
two women on this show. We'll
Gals?
take
chocolate. But also, like, if you really care about your girlfriend, this shouldn't even be texted to you. Like, this is easy. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Obviously not
can't
for
you
this
see
fucking
that
guy.
You should do like what your girlfriend wants.
Fully. Well,
You know?
I think to
it's a
his
hard
credit,
ask
to his
either.
credit, I think let's let him finish because I do think he's asking how do I go about it. I was so pissed that at the interjections of how naive he was being that I just felt like I need to call that out before answering his
She wants me to
questions.
have a nice Christmas. He said, Jesus be with you.
Yeah, she's very religious. Let's finish this up here, Eldo.
She recently texted me and asked, "Oh, what are your New Year's plans? Hey, what are your New Year's plans?" She texted me that on New Year's Eve, and I saw that I still, 3 days later, I still haven't responded to it, and I see this text and I'm like, look, you're just trying to get attention, I think. Like,
Wow,
I
you don't
finally,
say. God damn.
opened my eyes to it.
That's
I
what
think
it
she's just
took.
trying to get attention at this point.
Maybe
So,
he's just a dumb guy. That's
what should I do? What's the, I guess, easiest way to, set boundaries with
That's
this
all
person?
I'm saying.
What's the best course of action I can take here? Should I simply set boundaries?
Ogre,
Should I burn the
arrows.
bridge? Thank you for your help, Stavi.
This might be his
And
first
One other
relationship.
thing,
That's true.
please come to Flappers Comedy Club in Burbank,
That's what he
California.
wanted. That's all he really
I can
wanted.
promise you that will never happen. If I'm in Flappers, bro, shit's going bad for me.
I'm in Flappers.
Yeah, not being laid by you. Damn, you're just gonna straight cut him off, eh? Ruthless. Absolutely ruthless, Miss Kai Girl. Not even a shot, eh? Damn. Is it even a fun New Year's if you're not getting laid? Come on. Come on.
April 13th. Everybody on the left side needs money.
Yeah.
Some of us don't have Netflix specials.
Go see that. They'll be at Flappers. Come
Yeah,
on.
here you go.
Yeah.
You can have the new fan list. Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, so how does he go about it? I mean, I think the easiest thing, frankly, like you don't text.
This toys for that?
He's not texting his exes this.
Nothing
I think
like
the
a
easiest
tongue,
thing
though.
to do is like
Nothing like a
to
tongue.
even say. 'Cause here's
Nothing
thing
like
about
the
these
real
texts,
deal.
The other person maintains plausible deniability when they send them. They're not. You can't be
Sure.
like. You can't
Stop
be
trying
like,
to fuck me.
stop trying to fuck me, bitch. I have a girlfriend, right? Because they're just like, no. Because then it's just like, hey, I was just trying to be nice. Right.
But you can not to say you can throw your girlfriend under the
Nothing
bus,
like
but you can do
a
it in kind of a nice way. You can be like, you literally can be like, hey, you know, I wish you all the best, but I think the frequency of your text messages is making my girlfriend uncomfortable, and I don't want to hurt or hinder this relationship by continuing to talk. I think it's best if we kind of
That's fucking hilarious.
stop talking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
you could definitely say that.
Toys for that.
I personally. Oh, go ahead, Carmen.
No, I was going to say you don't even have to bring up your girlfriend and be like, I don't feel comfortable. This is not what I do. Like, just put it on yourself. This is not what I do, and we need to stop doing this.
I honestly, truly think,
Bro, this guy's got to be like the most autistic motherfucker in the world to think like
New
this
Year's
chick
one
just
is the
doesn't want
first
to
one he
just
hasn't
plainly
responded
just plain
to.
out fuck him. His
To
girlfriend's
me,
sitting there just like,
if he just stops
I know what's
don't
good.
respond.
I pulled
Like,
the same
that's the
maneuver
thing.
on you.
This is not someone in your
Like,
life.
this guy's just
delete her. Like, just you can even block her
out
if
in
you really
left
wanted
field.
to, and
It's
just
the best part.
whatever. It's like
That's my
it's
favorite
like
part.
yes, burn the bridge, bro. Because if you're not burning the bridge, you are keeping that like toe in the. You're keeping like. You're just keeping an eye on the backup plan for this
Like
relationship.
what? Yeah. Exactly,
if
Miss Kai Girl. Exactly
If you really were
like that.
100%
Yeah.
into this relationship, you wouldn't
Exactly.
keep this door open.
Yes, and I think because from my view, having the conversation almost elevates what's going on here. It almost makes it more serious than it is. Like being like, "Hey, we need to stop texting." Is almost like it's not because he, a little bit to his credit, even though he's naive. He has been kind of like, you know, he's not really responding, whatever, but it's like...
Oh, I forgot he's 28. He's a baby.
He's 28 and he's thinking like this?
He's old enough to not do this bullshit. 28.
28. I'm 27 for fuck's sakes. Come on now. He's got to be autistic. I'm not even trying to be mean.
My brother's
Not even
28.
trying to be
He's a
mean.
dum-dum. Like, you know?
That's fair. That's fair. I would personally just stop responding.
But the only annoying thing with
These
that
people
story
are funny
is
though.
really
Yeah,
fast
you
is that
gotta check out Stavi. The big guy, he's a comedian. Stavi, he's hilarious, Miss Kai Girl. You would love him. You would love him. Now you got more respect for your partner than that. Facts. You seem like a decent person. You got morals. Unlike half of the fucking world nowadays. You checked yourself. You found no lumps. That's good. That's good, man. I love to hear it. That's good, bro. Shit scared me. My buddy getting cancer. That shit scared the hell out of me, bro. It's an eye-opener. My one buddy's getting married. My other buddy got cancer. It's just like, holy shit, dude. I'm growing up so fast. It's scary. I can't even keep up with the times anymore. You know what I mean?
then they'll go like, why aren't you I've had that where they're like, why aren't you responding? And it's like, can't you get a hint? Like, I'd rather
don't
just
respond
say
to that. Like that's. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Just say it and then stop.
Yeah.
But I
you
was
could
gonna
have
say, on
saved
that
my
same
life.
effect,
No,
I'm very
bro.
anxious, and
Anyone,
so I had a
anytime,
breakup, like
anytime.
one of the worst breakups I had. One of like my first relationship breakup, and he broke up with me. But like whenever he would get drunk, he would be like, "Hey," and I couldn't not
I'm just
respond to
glad
him.
you're
So the
alright.
best thing that I did,
What the
is
hell
I
just
kept it.
happened?
It was the same response.
What
So
the
he'd be
fuck?
like, you know, you were my best girlfriend. Everything
Oh,
we did. And
really?
I would just be like, "Thank you so much. I wish you and your family well." and I never.
That's so awesome.
I
That's
never-
worse than no response.
I know.
Your dad.
Exactly. And I wouldn't deviate from it. So for 3 months, like once a month for 3 months, and I was single, I was heartbroken, I really truly loved
Good
him.
for you, yeah.
But he was fucking with me, and so I couldn't not text him, but I kept it to a script and I never deviated, and he got the hint after 3 months.
Interesting.
So that's the other thing is if you just want to be
ignore
like,
them?
you know, Merry Christmas, but you know, or you just like you keep it so flat that they get nothing from it.
And the other thing to also realize, like he's made like
I
it
have
seems
to
like
go
it's
to Chrome,
finally
Jim,
gotten through his dumb skull that these are not innocuous texts.
No
you know?
shit. Have you
It
heard
seems
of
like
the
he's finally
game?
understanding
Yeah,
that.
dude, I was
And
checking
by the
that
way,
out.
if you
I was
haven't
about
let
to
this
buy
be
it
the time
earlier,
we're telling
actually.
you these are
It looks
not
so much
innocuous
fun.
texts. But
It
the
looks
other
so
thing
much
is,
fun,
like,
but I don't have people to play
ultimately,
video games with
these
anymore,
are three
man. Like,
options that you can take.
I'm
And I
just
think
out
what
here
you should
by
do is,
myself.
because this is to
Solo
prove
dolo
to your
playing video
current
games, homie.
girlfriend that you have her back, ask her how she'd like you to proceed, right? Like be like, look, I don't want to talk to this girl at all. If it was up to, like, if I was in the situation, I wouldn't be because I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm not gonna like keep texting her back if I'm in a relationship. But if I was, what I would say is, hey, I think what I would like to do is just like stop responding to her. I don't really want to.
You're gonna be able to bring down by Raiders. It looks like a super fun game. I really want to play it.
I'm just gonna stop responding to her. I'll even block her number if you want. But would you prefer that I tell her? Like, would you prefer that I say, "Hey, I appreciate these texts, but I think it's it's better to like I'm just kind of in a relationship. Or just like I think we should kind of cool it on these texts. They're a little too frequent, for where we are in each other's lives. Like we're not together.
We're soul bonded
for
forever,
for
blood brothers.
Or so I think like you have to ask her what she would like. Because again, personally, I'm on team just stop responding. She'll get the message. But to each his own. And ultimately, you want to make your current girlfriend feel secure here. So
yeah, like that one, Miss Sky Girl.
He needs to reframe how he's thinking about it because it's not about like sparing his ex's feelings. It's
what am I trying to do? Travel back. I guess I'm boarding on this.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the goal here.
What is this show about?
That's the thing. That's
these degenerates just call in and they're like, "So Stav, I've been having a great life recently. My girlfriend loves me. I've got 2 children." But my neighbor, man, she's got a pair of tits on her like no other. And I really think she's been flirting with me recently. Should I risk breaking up my whole family to go sleep with my neighbor? Let me know, Stav. And then these fucking idiots will go do whatever this guy says, basically. It's hilarious, bro. I swear to God. Some of the shit that, like, here, we'll find another one. I'm putting on another one. I probably heard some of them, but they're fire, bro. These people are just, like, just crazy. Let's see here. Let's see here. Like this shit right here, bro.
Long time, first time.
Thanks, man.
I got a bit of a dilemma here. So I'm a junior in college. I transferred after my freshman year. And during that freshman year, I worked at a bar. I was getting top-notch ass. I mean, nice. I was sleeping with a different, unfathomably gorgeous woman. Like
I think
every 2-3 weeks.
We could probably fathom how gorgeous
but
they were.
I transferred schools to, go to school a little more. That was after freshman year. And basically since then, it's been a year and a half. I haven't seen a crumb of ass. The dry spell has been incomprehensible. I'm probably to blame for some of it, but
for some of it,
here's my question. So I got this girl who's been pretty clearly into me for, call it a half year now. But she is ugly. I mean, small town 3.
Small town 3. What the fuck does that even mean?
Hold on, can we pause?
I mean, do I get what?
I've never heard someone sincerely described as a 3. Like, do you?
3's tough. Small town 3 too.
Yeah. With the modifier.
What does that even mean? I think our caller here suffers from a little hyperbole problem.
Right.
I bet the pussy he was getting was not unfathomable. I bet this girl isn't like, what is she like? like a puddle, like how like a melted looking bitch. Like there's no way she's not a small town 3.
Yeah,
She's probably a 4.5, 5.
This girl is
worse.
unsymmetrical. He's saying.
So what do we? How bad could she? Anyway, whatever.
Okay,
let's see what this.
Isn't
but you're right,
everybody
that is-
like what?
That's a tough one. Keep going, Elders.
This girl just to
obtained
get
by
the ball
unlocking the
rolling
chest.
again, get some of my mojo back. I'm a little worried because I'm a bit of a people pleaser,
Oh,
so
yeah,
I
that
feel
comes
like if I
across.
start any relationship with her, I'm gonna get attached. And
And
like,
he's finally getting some.
I know I can do better.
Yo, Miss Kai Girl, you're like spot on with that. At that point, does it even matter? You know, that's such a long dry spell. Like,
Than her.
dude's got like
You know,
dude's got the pussy downers. You know what I mean? He's going and he's getting super depressed because he hasn't gotten laid in a while. He's got the pussy downers. Definitely needs to get out there and just knock one off the block. You know, take one for the team.
So do better than her.
You know, people call girls clapped. This girl is a standing ovation. But I'm just trying to get my dick
Standing
sucked.
ovation.
Use your help yourself.
Okay,
Yeah,
couple
he-
things.
He's saying people call them claps. This is a
Fat or ugly is
white
good shit.
kids stealing
We don't
black
discriminate.
slang too fast because of TikTok. Because it used to take a while before
Yeah,
black people made up some cool
yeah.
shit and then they
Yeah,
made it
yeah,
around to the
yeah.
West. Now it's instant.
It is instant. It's
and
crazy.
the slang is being misused and mishandled.
What is he getting? Because I'm not even.
I think he's calling a claps. Some people would say slam pig, but just an ugly girl. You know?
Clap like.
Right. He's
That
saying,
for slam pig. A clap is a slam pig.
No. A slam pig is just an ugly.
Yeah, I know-
ugly
yeah, I
girl
know what a
just fucking-
slam pig is.
Okay,
How do I get these
I think
ogre
a
bells?
clap is just a girl that's just ugly, like somebody clapped her in the face, like somebody
I
shot
see.
her in
I
the
see.
face.
Oh,
So
I
he
see.
said,
I
yeah,
see.
but
I've never
whatever.
heard that one. Look at that.
Yeah, well, this is me neither.
Um,
Not in that context, but this guy.
Yeah, I mean this kid.
The show's
your vibes
amazing.
are
The
fucked,
show is
bro.
fucking great.
You sound horrible. You sound so annoying, and like you have the vibes of somebody who like if you feel like you're trying to be like a fucking cool pussy getter, but you yourself have said you haven't gotten head in a year and a half. You say it's incomprehensible. I'm comprehending it. I'm comprehending off of
comprehending it, he
your
Sounds
personality
like you worked
through
at
this
the-
voicemail.
You worked at the bar when you were getting so much ass, which means you were dealing with drunk girls,
Yeah.
and you were the source of alcohol. So you attributed all the ass you was getting to just yourself.
Right place, right time,
now
brother.
now you working at Panera Bread.
Yeah,
and-
did he transfer? He said, Elders.
Yeah, he transferred.
He transferred to a different school. Yeah.
So you were exactly. This should tell you. This actually is. This is a scientific experiment of how good you are getting pussy, and it's clear you're bad at it.
Yeah.
You're saying she's a 3 and that you could do better. Then do better. Then don't fuck her.
Yeah.
And go fuck somebody else. But until then, understand that this is who's attracted to you. This is who you can fuck. That's the league you're in, brother. And for you to say you're a people pleaser, this also sounds like a guy who kind of might like an ugly woman. Like he might like he's like, oh, I'm afraid I might get attached. What do you mean? Like what?
Right. That's
Who
why-
are you? Who you're trying to present as this fucking pussy getter, like macho, fucking like almost like like a kind of like a fucking you're trying to be like a bro, like fratty, like this kind of. Honestly, like a little bit of what we were talking about, like the Andrew
He's
Tate
speaking facts?
disciple type.
Yeah,
But you sound
seriously
like a very insecure man who might potentially like a ugly woman who's afraid he might be in a relationship with someone who there's no way this girl's that ugly. Like, how ugly is this woman? The way he's describing her is like she's kept in a cage and like fed raw sardines.
Well, so you want to fuck her? Look. Just don't play with her heart. Yo. Like, don't if you just trying to clap cheeks, don't
be rude to her either.
Right.
Let her have a good time. Be honest. Be open with it. Be like, look, you can be like, I'm not looking for anything serious, but if you want to grab a drink and hook up, let's do it, and just be upfront. But you
that's
also
so
have to
funny.
don't think you're above her, bro. That's what's really bothering me. I think here is that you have you're putting yourself on a pedestal above this woman, and you're kind of like. This feels a little like you want to fuck her, but you're afraid what other people will think, right? This is little boy ass thinking. This is like you have to free yourself of this.
I'm gonna lay. Yeah, no, that's it, right? He's just
You-
taking advantage
look,
of
you
like
fuck
drunk
some
girls.
hot
That's
women when you
literally.
worked at the bar.
Yeah.
Congratulations, right? That's clearly not who you are. And if it's very
That's
important, to you to
literally
be a
all
guy
it
who
comes
fucks a
down
lot
to.
of
That's
hot
the
women, then,
craziest
like,
part. And this
all
kid
right,
doesn't
I
realize he
think
was just
that's
taking
weird,
advantage of drunk chicks.
But like, if that's what you,
know what I
want
mean?
to be like your main like calling
Sounds
card
like
in
a
life,
him problem.
I mean, I
Facts.
get it. You're young. You're a dumbass. Like you think that's the
Facts.
most important thing. It's not, but whatever. Then just like do it. Leave this girl alone, or be open, be upfront with her, treat her nicely. Don't feel like you're giving her. You're not doing her a favor.
You're not
You could
doing
argue
you-
she's doing you the favor.
Yeah,
You're the one who- I bet
seriously.
you this girl go get dick down. You know.
Yeah, because
I really like what the. I need a picture of this woman.
No, stop. You on to something, and I'm gonna tell you why. I cracked the case.
The hell yeah.
Sir, you're not being honest with yourself about a lot of things.
Yes.
You're a fraud. You want
And look, he's a 20-year-old, right?
And
That's, everyone is like
I get that. And the faster you nip this personality flaw in the bud, the better off you'll be.
Yeah.
I know you not this pussy getting motherfucker you trying to present yourself as, because every pussy getting motherfucker I know,
Is smashing.
every dude I know
Smashing.
that fucks a lot of hot chicks.
Yes.
They also fuck ugly chicks.
Yes, I was. Yes, you're so right
they
again.
don't have no problem.
You're so
taking
right.
down a troll cake.
You're so right, dude.
So the fact that you over here like,
Yes.
oh, this ugly one, she should have already been a notch on your belt if you really this pussy
That's
getter.
so true. I feel
Right?
like this feels like the end of a Columbo episode. Where it's like if you really liked getting pussy, you would have fucked her,
You would've fucked
brother.
her a long time ago.
Oh, there's some tough ones. Oh yeah, there are some tough ones on the resume.
Yeah, because you got to keep the mojo going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because women can smell it on you. They can
Yeah.
tell when you're getting
Pheromones,
laid.
baby.
You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
And it's true.
So it sounds like yes, that's so true, and it sounds like
I don't
you
know,
want-
Miss
you
Scott,
do wanna
can you
sleep
smell
with
it
her,
when a
and
guy's
sounds
fucking-
like you're letting.
I need the
what other
confirmation.
people might think of you get in the way of that. So start
you smell
freeing
it on
yourself
him?
of that. If you want to do this, please. But like I said, treat this woman nicely. Be kind to her. Be open, and just be like, yeah, we're just you can pitch just hooking up, and then here's the thing. He says he's a people pleaser. He's afraid he might get attached. So you got attached. Like those are feelings. Like if that's what you happen, then date her for a little bit.
Ajax getting washed off. Yeah, I'm not really one for hookup culture. I mean, when I was in high school, slept around a little bit, but it wasn't like every week or every night at that fact. Maybe like twice a month or something. But it wasn't anything like insane. Wouldn't it be better to be in a relationship with a girl you like, really, compared to smashing a lot of 2s and 10s? I mean, a lot of people just don't care about fulfillment and shit like that. You know what I mean? As sad as it sounds, like a lot of people will just do that meaningless cycle of like chasing love in that sense, you know? Not even really chasing love, just chasing like affection. Pussyless. I put it like an angel. Yo, Squirt, you and me both, brother. There you go. I just dapped yourself up for me. You and me both.
Like, you just are a little insecure. And look, you're this is the age to be insecure, right?
Yeah.
Like early 20s, out of college, you really care about what other people think of you.
And this ugly girl is gonna fuck you so much better than those hot
Probably
girls.
that's a good point.
Freshman hot girls,
That's
no,
a
they're not.
good
This
point.
ugly girl gonna put it on you, boy.
Yeah.
She been to them damn band camps
Yes.
already experimenting.
Yeah.
She gonna lick your
hookups?
butt
Oh
hole,
my
cook
God.
you-
Shit,
cook
I was
you some
horny when I
meals.
was a
She was tossing salads at anime club in high school.
Hell yeah.
She was licking a man's nipples while he had a full
You don't even-
Goku orange gi on.
She knows exactly where your prostate is.
You wouldn't even go to a
Blow
public
your mind.
restroom. To be fair, I don't like using public restrooms.
So there you
either.
go. I think we gave him some excellent advice.
Keep it a stack.
Hey, Stav. Just got a little story. I hooked up with this total goth babe.
But more about yourself,
in
for
fucking
sure. I
college.
also ended up having a daughter.
And, you know,
We're
broke it
really
off.
engaged, too.
This was like 6 years ago.
This is the first time he's ever talked.
Or something.
Yeah, not a
And
lot of good communicators.
I
on
sent
the show.
her a Facebook message long saying like we should meet up again, you know, as long
You're more
as like
inexperienced.
totally desperate at the time.
Makes it all the more
And
fun,
I know
brother.
it came off that way, and I deleted Facebook because I was like, oh. So, how do you think I could get back in it?
So he lost half of what he said, a little bit of what
I
he
don't
said.
think he knows his problem.
But I mean, this is hysterical. He was like, "I fucked this
An
girl 6
experience
years
cute
ago.
if you pull it
I
off.
tried to contact her in a way that was so embarrassing, it led me to delete an entire social
just gotta
media
find
account.
the right chick,
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Stav, how do I bounce
Simple
back
as
from
that.
that? Bad news, pal. You don't. You're
Bad
fucked.
news. You don't.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
That and no.
You
The
Depends
answer
if you
is no.
man or
Sometimes
not.
there's no
Facts.
solution.
Listen, you clearly don't get a lot of good pussy. You got some black lipstick marks on your
Or
dick
go to
6
Hot
years
Topic
ago.
and hang out and
I don't know.
find
That's
someone
those
else.
Those are. He's 6 years out of college.
Oh, okay. No, yeah,
27. Don't go to Hot Topic. Children are going there.
Spencer's.
Hardness society.
I kinda
Facts,
disagree.
bro. I just kind of given up
He
on
has
the
a
whole
path.
idea of marriage, man. I'll probably just be single till I die.
I think he has a path to at least.
Like, knock on wood. Hopefully that's not true. Praise the Lord, it's not true. But you never know. Okay, what do I gotta get done here? True man indeed. A lot of people nowadays don't even understand that like a relationship is meant to be for like life. You know what I mean? I think it's meant to be like, oh, if I get bored, I can just go fucking do whatever, you know? Start a new one. I think people misinterpret what they what do I need this for? I don't misinterpret what it's like the true intentions of a relationship are, you know? Build off each other and whatnot.
Ooh. Double down. But
to get his Facebook back, sorry, you might have noticed that my Facebook was deleted the other
And it's
week.
probably because
but
of the
now
high
it's
rate
back.
of divorce. They've
Anyways,
seen their parents divorce and
the
just fuck
Facebook
around with
back
other
is no
people.
big deal because she probably
You know what I
like
mean?
didn't even notice he like deleted it or didn't give a fuck. She noticed, but
Was the message read?
even if it was read, give it like.
I mean, you do whatever
6
you
to
want
9
with your
months.
life, right? Like,
You can bring,
that's not something I can tell you what to do.
Facebook back
It's something
before
you gotta
then.
figure out
But
for
give it
yourself.
6 to 9 months.
Or anybody
let
else
the
can tell you for
impact
that
of
matter.
that thirsty ass
Gotta figure that one out for
wear off.
yourself, brother.
And then double down a little more simply. Don't go straight to do you want to hang out. Just be like, sup, how's it going or something. And who knows? Who knows where her
A lot of
next is.
people too, they just don't even put themselves out into like the dating area. You know what I mean? A lot of people are like, oh, I can never get a girlfriend or a boyfriend, but they don't actively try and go get one either. You know, you're like, you actively try and go get one, like chances are you can make it happen. You just gotta be selective. You know what I mean? You gotta watch for signs. You gotta watch for things that you're obviously looking for in a long-term partner. You gotta be able to see be able to understand the psychology of your partner and see if you'll be able to like mesh together very well, you know? See if you have the same long-term and short-term goals. And understand that person's gonna change and they're always gonna be the same person you met day one. Like my parents have been married for like 50 something years or some shit like that. Almost, I think they're like 48 years or something like that. You know what I mean? They're not the same people today as they were like when they met when my dad was 18 and my mom was like 17 or 18 or whatever. You want to be picked up? Yeah, fair. I feel that, Squirt. I feel that. I'm the epitome of that too. I don't put in the effort. But I don't really like, at the same time, want a girlfriend. I mean, girls don't find me attractive? Yeah, but the right ones do. The right ones will, you know what I mean? Honestly, and that's the fucking God truth. The right ones won't care whether you're broke or not, Thug Duck. That is a fact. They'll care about you and your happiness and their happiness. They're hard. That is facts. That is super bad. That is super factual. You're uncle. Alright, I'm back. Oh, I paused this? My bad. I shouldn't have paused.
Who knows when it's going to be in a little just under a year.
This is not a man who has 6 months, Aldous. You know how criminally horny this guy was when he
Also, his phone's barely working. I don't even think
it's been 6 years. He can wait 9 months.
This is a man who is so horny. He found himself so down bad that he was like, "Who's the last hot girl that fucked me?"
And they'll
He
love
had to
you
go
for
back
you
6
and not
years,
for the
and he
wrong
hit her with a
reasons. And this
Facebook
guy
message
got
that was so
spot on
embarrassing. He deleted his
analysis.
account.
Or
You think this is a man that
thesis.
can do
Spot on
long-term
thesis.
strategic planning? It's
I
out
thi-
of the question.
I think he could. I think he just needs to like let it simmer a little, let the impact wear off, work on himself a little, maybe date some other girls. But I think he can at least
just
double
that,
down.
the latter. Just work
No,
on
no.
yourself and date some other girls.
Yeah,
Not the
that's-
fantasy of
that's
some goth
it,
girl
dude.
6 years ago.
You have nothing to lose with a double down.
No,
Just saying what's up.
he lost everything.
He has nothing to
He
lose.
lost his Facebook.
He lost everything.
He
He
lost
lost
the
his
ability to see
Facebook.
which one of his fucking uncles is QAnon now.
Imagine
Aldous.
considering losing your Facebook, losing everything.
We've all been there. We
What's
all
up, Jackson?
remember the best, the hottest person we've ever fucked, and we think about what
Mine
if
was
I could.
Tuesday.
Love yourself before you love others.
It's so
Oh,
easy
yeah,
to
for
be
sure,
like,
bro.
why don't I just hit up 4 girls I've loved? Maybe one of them's life is bad enough to DM me back.
Yeah.
But that's a
You could too,
loser's
yeah, just
mentality,
chilling, bro.
Aldous.
Then I'm a loser.
That's a loser's mentality. And I see what you're saying, Aldous. There's nothing lost in replying to an Instagram
Just
story
chilling.
and being like, damn, that's wild, and seeing where it goes. You don't lose anything except your dignity. This
Except
man
your
doesn't have much
dignity.
of that, right? That's clear. I
Honestly,
think,
that's
though,
a
buddy,
life.
you're
Facts.
fucked. You really fell flat on your face. If he had given one respectable message, and it's still a good chance she rejects him then, let alone he embarrasses himself,
I think
right?
he should come out. I think it might solve some problems.
He could also try bringing the Facebook back, unfriending her.
Well, it's enough with the
weeks.
Unfriending her.
Wait a few weeks and try to re-add as friend, or maybe take it to another
Re-add?
platform.
You're out of your mind.
If she
Aldous.
re-adds, you don't
You're
know.
out of your mind, bro.
You gotta play the nothing to lose.
You've been in a nice relationship
From real
too
life,
long.
yeah.
But
Jackson's
think about
a
girl
homie
you
from
fucked
real
6
life, yeah.
years ago. I'm trying to think. What is it?
Well,
what
every
is
once in a while, like I'll see someone on Instagram that you still follow, and like, hey, they're pretty hot, and you'll be like, hey, stranger.
Okay,
That's my
I'm-
favorite, stranger.
Yeah, I'm 33 now, 27. Okay.
That's funny. I had some
All
chick
right.
that I
Yeah,
hooked
you
up
know
with
what?
in
All right,
high
I take
school.
it
She's
back.
been
I
on
guess
Instagram
6
not too
years
long
isn't
ago.
that long.
Yeah.
I
There's
was
definitely
30
people
been up
like,
to?
6 years
I
ago.
was just fucking
Just write it
messaged
off.
you back.
Just assume it won't happen.
Yeah,
And if
that's
you think you can try one more
Okay.
time just for the fuck of it, and it won't emotionally crush you or make you feel like shit to get rejected again, knowing like that cringe message is right
Yeah,
above the new
ooh,
one.
that's a
If you
tough
can live
one.
with that genuinely, with
I don't
How do
think
I
he can.
get
I don't think he's
from
that
Gotten
kind
this
of guy.
much out of this message.
I know.
I thought this was a one and done.
Elders will surprise you what he's passionate about. I was ready to
Evidently.
move on 15 seconds in, and then this is
before I
becoming.
even finished it. I was like, Facebook.
you can
next?
always double down. There's always a chance for a double down. You know.
All right, hey, buddy. You know what? Take Aldous' advice. Call in, let us know how it goes. If this works, Eldest gets a raise.
Is this the place I gotta go to? I don't even know. It's not even the place I have to go to.
All right, hi, Savvy. I'm from the Midwest, and I have had a husband for 15 years. I'm 43 years old.
Okay.
And recently, I had a boyfriend from high school start texting me.
See the shit that these people call in about?
And I never respond with anything sexual back to him. I kind of just laugh it off.
She plays it on, though. She's keeping him as an option. You see that, gentleman? Did you see that, gentleman? She's keeping him as an option, you know? She just laughs it off till the time's right. Fuck me, bro. That's just diabolical behavior.
And
what the fuck?
I know he's been sick and in the hospital.
Respect to this
now
guy.
his cancer's back. And he only has a few months left. He has about 6 months to live.
He's lying.
And he wants to sleep with me.
Yeah.
Now, I am married, so
that's a big part.
obviously that wouldn't be a great idea, but on the other hand, he's also dying. So should I do that and just not tell my husband?
What do you think?
So that's a question that I have for you today.
Well, wait, I'm sorry. Is your pussy John Cena? It's not Make-A-Wish. You're fucking married, dude.
Yeah, your pussy St. John's. What is it? What is it?
St. Jude's.
St. Jude's
Yeah.
pussy.
Yeah,
St. John's.
Listen to me.
This is awesome that you're thinking about it.
I hope it's your husband.
Yeah.
I hope it's your husband and his friend just
trying not to pay 50% in the divorce.
He's supposed to be cuckolded.
This is awesome. He's so clearly lying.
The fact that she's thinking about it, there's two things.
She
Either
wants to-
marriage is on the rocks, or this is the nicest human being to walk planet Earth that's willing to.
She's just like, this
put
poor
her
man's
marriage on the
dying.
line
Better
to help
spread
a
those
dying
cheeks.
Cancer patient from high school.
Sure. Well, that is true. It's like if your wife.
Here, I'm gonna go put on a t-shirt. Just give me a second.
If it's a guy that's dead next week, I'm listening. You know what I mean? He's not coming back.
I'm not letting you fucking know.
Why?
Dawn? I don't give a fuck. Yeah, if he has AIDS, you can cheat him. If he's got full-blown fucking AIDS with lesions on his sack, go ahead, honey. You roll the dice too, bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You roll the dice too.
That's a tough dice roll. I think that's more than a dice roll. Here's the thing. He's dying anyway. Her husband should get to shoot him with a gun. If he's about to die,
that's cool.
That's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Here,
you
you know
avenge getting cucked, and you get to feel what it feels to kill someone.
Yeah.
That must feel pretty cool. Shoot him right in the fucking head. You fuck my wife, motherfucker! Bah, 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 bah. But you know it happened.
like that
That would
idea.
feel cool.
I like that. You're killing
Yeah.
two dead birds with one
Yeah,
stone
exactly.
or whatever. Yeah, that's
and
great.
you don't have to go through chemo. You know, it's
And you'd
all
have a video of your wife
painful.
fucking some guy
That
that's
would be
dead.
to beat off to. Yeah.
You sell both the video of you killing him and you
Yeah.
can sell both of them to
Buy a fucking beach house.
buy a beach house.
You're good to go.
Find more people to fucking kill.
If you were a person who doesn't want to cheat, but you're like, well, I'm being a good guy. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the fat guy eating the last slice because no one's going to have it. It's like, well, it's going to go to waste. This guy's going to die without his pussy. That would be rude. And of course, I'm going to die and I shouldn't have the slice, but there's fucking kids starving in Africa. I'm going to throw it away.
Here's the problem. He's
Oh,
from
God.
high school, old boyfriend. Recently started sexting me.
Yeah.
Right? That didn't work.
Right.
So what did he go to next? I'm dying of cancer.
Yeah, you're dumb as shit, lady.
Yeah, I want to get some money out of her.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
should hit
yeah.
her up on
Yeah,
Instagram
yeah.
and see if we can con her out of some
Right,
cash.
right. You need to buy a knife.
Yeah, I got lymphoma.
I
will
would
you
need
suck
this.
my dick. I'm dying.
Yeah.
I'm dying right.
I'm dying right now.
Right? You feel all right? You feel,
Oh, Bob, my doctor just called. He said, unless some bitch in her 40s sucks my dick, I'm not going to make it through the night, Bob.
My doctor just called me. And he said, unless I watch you get your dick sucked because you're dying, then I'm going to die and I'm going to get my dick sucked right after you. Oh, well, I'm going to die too. My son.
Oh, surely someone can help us. Maybe the most gullible bitch of all time can help us.
Please, if you have anything in your heart, we want to continue to answer these questions. You can suck our dicks. Doesn't have to be together. It can be separately.
It can be separate.
Yeah, because
but we have to be in the same room.
Yeah, we have to.
We'll be sitting in those chairs that ladies get pedicures in next to each other. That would be awesome.
Oh, why don't
That
they
would be
do
aw-
that?
They should do that.
They do that.
Get
in
the fish
China.
eating your. Yeah.
Oh, that's
for a
fucking
price,
good.
too.
Get your feet eaten by the fish. Get your dick sucked. And getting your fingernails done. I just came. Dude, it would be like-
Every nerve ending in your body's being
Like you're-
stimulated.
like it's Thriller. Boom, 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 boom. You suck my penis. Yeah, lady, you come on. This guy does that. And look, I would have to see paperwork from the hospital. Unless his doctor calls you on FaceTime, so it's not his friend, and he's in a hospital.
Yeah, his doctor's wearing a Cubs shirt. And he's sucking a cigar in the background. And it's in a shed.
Them in petite chairs is waiting their turn. They're sitting there waiting their turn.
Your dad is fucking awesome.
He's a good dude, man. He's lost he weighs like 190 pounds.
Wow.
Now he was like 280. Now he's
Wow.
190. And he's like, it's fucking unbelievable.
Oh god, here, let me find some more.
What's up, Stubby baby? And LB. I got a problem, or not a problem.
Oh, listen, there was one the other day, but it's funny.
I've been with a girl for almost 8 years now. coming
Miss
up
Kai
on
Girl's out here
8
daydreaming,
years,
chat.
And
She out here
these last few
daydreaming.
months, I happen to inherit basically a mansion, 4,000 square foot,
Whoa,
ginormous
man.
fucking house. I've also had testicular cancer, so I only got one nut,
Oh, but you're good.
and that one nut doesn't work.
Okay.
I do not come anything out my dick.
Thank you for using technical
So,
terms.
while I'm, sitting around, not working, not doing
Oh,
anything, looking
God.
at this ginormous house, just makes me want to be Hugh Hefner. That's all I want. I just want to be a fucking Hugh Hefner. I should love to have 4 different OnlyFans bitches just running around this house, take care of everything. paying all the
Time out.
bills,
Hold on.
While I just
You know you're not rich, right? You didn't buy this house. In fact, you probably can't make the tax. Can you afford the taxes on this house? Like, this is anyway. And the one nut thing is such an interesting wrinkle. It's like, because you can't get anyone pregnant, you think like that's, well, since I can raw dog. Of course, I can't get anyone pregnant. This is. Do you have we can finish, but do you have something you want to interject?
There's no furniture in this house.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's okay.
Considering that this is an empty house, that he was like,
You want up here?
On this futon?
There's a huge TV, I'll tell you that much.
You want the
There's
door
a
open?
Giant TV. There's a
I want you
PlayStation
downstairs.
5, but
I want you
yeah. Go ahead. Let's finish this bad boy.
just running around this house, taking care of everything, paying all the bills.
They're paying the bills?
While I just
Little
walk
man runs
around
off
nice
to go sleep downstairs on
kimono,
the couch.
making coffee, smoking blunts.
You're not capable of doing that.
But I do love this girl. I mean, we've been together 8 years. I mean, she cuts my fucking toenails. Like, I love her to death. I wouldn't want to leave her, but I don't think she's gonna, be along with the idea that I should be Hugh Hefner.
What are you talking about?
But I just want some advice, Dobby. I just want to know if maybe I should go down this route of being Hugh Hefner. or if I
Stop
should
saying
just
Hugh Hefner.
Stay with my partner and live our life the way we have been. Appreciate the listening, Stabby.
Oh my god, can I take this one?
Please, you can take your first crack at it.
She needs to leave you.
100%.
My advice is to her.
Yeah, can we cut to her?
Give her your number.
Yeah.
She needs to. Oh, Jesus,
This
dude.
is crazy. This sucks. This guy. I honestly do hate this guy because it's like, okay, first of all, I don't know, man. It's like it's one thing to have this like weird little fantasy of like, look, whatever, you're beaten off and you want to pretend you're Hugh Hefner and that, but what do you think happens? Like, what does he think having 4 women? Hugh Hefner was a billionaire. Like, you inherited this house.
He had a magazine.
He had a magazine.
He had a robe.
Yeah, he
afford a robe.
He already had a nice smoking jacket. Like, let's say you had all the resources in the world to do this, right? It's still kind of a set. Do people, when they think of old age Hugh Hefner, do you think people speak of him with respect? Or do they think like, man, that was fucking sad that old guy went out that way? Like, it's just like, that's not a dignified life. It's a fun, look, would it be a fun couple months of your life to live in a huge house with a bunch? You're essentially saying you want to buy prostitutes, I guess? Like, you want sex workers to live with you? I guess you think you're going to hire them, right? Like, you're not saying you have the fucking Rasputin-like charm. Basically what he's talking about is, like, he said paying the bills, like, they're taking care of him. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You think you're going to be a pimp to hot women who also fuck you because your aunt who invented something 80 years ago didn't have any kids and left you a fucking house? I just, the like level of
entitlement,
delusion, and like weird like entitlement is just crazy. I just don't even know where to begin here. And it's like, you have a person you've been with for 8 years, and you're like, well, should I stay with her or what? Create the first nude magazine in the 60s and become a cultural icon, have billions of dollars, and have 4 women who, by the way, since then they've had like
every single woman has come out.
Tell all like memoirs that are like, it was living hell.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was creepy. I felt like I was fucking my grandpa. Like, none of this is good, man.
And none of them cut his toenails.
Yeah.
That's in every contract. They leave that out. They're like, I'm not doing that.
So I guess I am really wondering, like, what do you think? Part of me feels like maybe he inherited more. Like, it does feel like he might have some money here.
Sure, but even if he does have money, I mean,
Where
there's
is
like,
this fucking
is
guy?
Immature. Like, this is complete immaturity.
Yeah.
I have somebody that he can say it. I genuinely love her. We have a great relationship.
Who am I supposed to talk
but
to?
I have
Children
this
of the Sun.
fantasy. And it's like, sure, but
outside Varox,
is
Eastern
deciding,
Gate.
do I want to build a life with somebody, or do I want to live like a fucking teenager? And it's like, if that's what you want to, if you
I mean,
wanna
it
live
sounds
like a
like this
teenager,
man would be living the life, honestly.
I don't know. Fuck
Like,
people that are half into you. By all means.
the life of a teenager, indeed.
That bad.
But like every man's dream for sure.
It is
Can't
pretty
deny
fun
that.
for a few years.
Can't deny that. Every man's dream for a
Hey,
couple
maybe I'm
months.
starting to see things his way all of a sudden. But no, you're absolutely right. Where it's like, I guess you're right. I'm tripped up on the fact that he even thinks he deserves this. Like, that annoys me because it's like, you just inherited a house. But it's like, even if you could pull this off, it's an empty, shallow life. And you're just like, now maybe he is like unhappy with the way his life is. And the only way he can even conceive of, he can't just be like, do I want this relationship? Am I actually happy in it? So he's like, oh, it's either this or I'm Hugh Hefner. Like, maybe he can't just have a quiet moment of introspection and be like, oh, I inherited this. I have for the first time in my life financial security. And it's like, maybe this is changing the way I feel about my relationship. And should I think about these things? But he can't. Yeah, the way he's thinking about it is very childish and like, you know.
He's using the testicular cancer.
That's a fun one too. What does that have to do with anything? We didn't need to know that at all.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is that he literally, because he can't nut, he's not scared of getting someone pregnant. That's the only thing I can think of.
Or he's looked death in the eye and was like, I deserve bitches.
And then listen, but he didn't make that argument, right? He didn't make that. He literally was just saying, I don't come out of my dick. That was what he thought we should
Word
know,
for
not like-
word.
And after wrestling the Reaper, I think I deserve to have a 5-way with 4 strippers. That's not what he said, which I might be more sympathetic towards if he made that argument. But yeah, his like the pride he has in the house he didn't earn, and the complete contempt for like the 8-year relationship is weird. So I don't know, man. You got a lot of shit going on. Your whole way of thinking's fucked up, and we do feel like your girlfriend should leave you.
I mean, these last 2 emails both are like run.
Yeah. That's true. One was the caller, one's the
What I've learned from therapy is that when you start reaching out, like researching on the internet, reaching out to friends, asking questions, you kind of know the answer.
Right. Absolutely. A lot of the times when people call in, most of the answers
If he can think like that, he needs to be truthful to her and let her go and be happy with you see any more years of her life. Ready to grow up yet? When you got with her, you should be a fucking psychiatrist or like some shit like that. You're hitting the nail on the head.
Answers or
Oh
like
God.
have the
Like
conversation.
you found your
with
career,
the person you've been avoiding.
therapist. You know?
Almost like 80% of our
just
calls
listen
are
to
like
people's
that. It's
problems
like,
and just
have
be
that
like,
hard
"Yeah,
conversation.
using
and it's
common
like,
sense.
Talk to a man I've never met before. and tell him my problems. This is the solution.
So for you, buddy, it feels like you need to do a little.
The
more
common
thinking
sense
about
is
what
strong
this-
with this one.
What this desire is the root of, because
What do I
it's
even need to do
really
here?
impractical and childish, and I don't even think you believe it. I think you're trying to half be funny, but half are asking for advice.
Train AI
So really
therapist.
take a look at like what are these
AI
feelings? What is
therapist,
making
imagine,
this fantasy
bro.
happen, and like be honest with yourself.
Imagine.
And you know, are you having doubts about this relationship? Are you having doubts about something else? I don't know. I can't. If we were talking to this guy in live,
Doesn't know what love is. That's
it
what you
would
call
be
a
one of those calls
sociopath.
where we break down how wrong they are immediately, and we actually get to like what the root of the problem is.
Have you been to therapy?
Yeah.
I'm really proud of you.
I've been-
No, you break things down well.
Yeah, you really do.
I've been to a lot. I mean, I actually just got back in the mix because that's part of the last year where it was like not only was I getting like, well, it was like gaining weight, but it was also like I just stopped therapy because I got busy and I was like, oh, I'll reschedule. And then I looked up and it was like 1 year and I was like, oh, fuck. So we're getting back into it. But yes.
I'm proud of you.
You stink right now, but hopefully there's something underneath here. Hopefully, you know, there's more than meets the eye. Because if our surface level read of you is right, you're just kind of a dumb piece of shit.
I want him to blow his life up and try it because he clearly doesn't have the swag to.
He
even,
doesn't
like,
have the
pull it
sauce
off.
at all. No. What's gonna happen is a woman is gonna steal your social security card, and like you're gonna get it's gonna be so bad.
Or they're
for
gonna
this
like
guy.
use his mansion to save money on like OF, like you know, like house rentals to like shoot scenes and shit. And he's not gonna be like getting sucked off left and right. Like
Not
he
at
thinks.
all.
And you get a
He
little
might get
jerk
couple
here or there.
begrudging hand jobs.
Do mad shit. Yeah, I don't think AI
What's up,
can't even
Bobby?
feel you.
Great
AI
topic.
can't even feel emotion. So how can it relate? You know what I mean? It will just spew verbal diarrhea. There'll be no human factor there. There'll be no like actual emotional connection,
Show. Love what UNLV
which is
got
huge
going
in
on.
therapy.
Thanks.
I'll try to make this under the 45-second mark for you, but I basically ordered some Uber Eats Taco Bell delivery the other day, and I live in the back apartment of 2 duplexes. And the dudes in the front duplex just fucking took my Taco Bell. It had my name on it, fucking, and everything. They just took it. It was on St. Patrick's Day, and the dude was just passed out, fucking drunk with my Crunchwrap half-eaten on his fucking chest. And I like cop knocked. I got, you know, half of my fucking food back, and it was cold as shit. And you know, they were drunk as shit, so I was trying to be nice. I was like, you know, I'll just talk to you tomorrow. I'll just get my money back or whatever. And he seemed cool about it. And keep knocking. They're not answering me. I left my Venmo with them. I tried being nice. It's not like, you know, I make enough money. It's not like this is my last dollar.
My favorite's
whatever,
watching
but,
the
you
chick's
know,
face
it's
sitting
a
beside
$40
him.
order. They
When that whole
ate it.
sequence was going off, she's like super happy, and then you could just see the genuine hurt in her
That's the
face.
rest out to be cold. So I'm wondering what you think I should do. Should I just drop it, take the L, or should I keep knocking? Should I fucking be a Karen? Should I put some cat shit on their door? I don't know, man.
Should I
Let me
put
know
some
what's
cat-
up. I love you. You're my favorite comedian.
Wow, this man is fucking hurting, bro. You got finessed. What do you want? It happens. The guy got your ass. There's nothing more to be done. And yes, you have to chalk it up and take the L. Like, look, we've all been. You know what's crazy is I know this outrage. I know this feeling. Like, remember that one time, Eldis, we were high as shit and you forgot to hit send on the fucking Chinese food order? You motherfucker! I'm still mad about it. This was Eldis's room before, back in the day. In that very living room, we were so high, we were so hungry. And we're like, where the fuck is this food? It was one of those where we thought, we're like, what's taking so long?
How are you still friends?
Yeah, it was.
No, it was like 45 minutes after I thought I ordered it.
It was so. Then he fucking and the food, thank God, came fast. We're like, we even ordered from a place that comes fast because we were that hungry,
Yeah.
and he just had not. It wasn't even the best place.
I'm putting this here.
Anyway, whatever. So I remember. I know that blind rage. I know the rage of that day. But usually, once you eat something, that rage subsides.
Yeah.
You know, you're like,
you forget
okay,
about it, you move on.
that sucked, but what can I do? You got fucked here, but it's been days. You left your Venmo, you motherfucker. He got just you.
You got bamboozled, homie. You gotta, you gotta hold that one.
Or if you really want to be a gentleman about this, maybe you could turn this into a fucking friendship. And now it's like, hey man, why don't we go get some Taco Bell together? You owe me some Taco Bell. Just twist a joint up. It's not the worst thing in the world to be friends with your fucking neighbors. That way, they're not gonna steal your fucking Taco Bell. You're probably cunty usually, and they're like, yeah, fuck that guy. I'll take his Taco Bell. If your vibes were correct, that guy's not taking your Taco Bell. That's all I'm saying. So maybe this is an opportunity to readjust the vibes, take the L, make him feel bad.
God.
By being like, hey man, you want to go get?
He fucking just pulled the Uno reverse card on this guy. He's like, nah, bro, fuck you.
You know,
it's all your
absolutely
fault.
He finessed you, and absolutely, you are right to feel mad. But it's a matter of what do you do now?
I agree. I think you want to keep the peace with your neighbors and just chalk it up. But if you did want to Karen out, I think the alternate route is, instead of Karening out on them, is hit up Uber Eats. Be like, your product and service is not quality. Why is it being left in the wrong hands? Like, try to get some credit back from Uber Eats, even if it's, look, if you get a $10 credit into your account, like,
it's something.
That's something.
Yes.
Makes you feel, gives your masculinity back a little bit.
Yes.
And I love the pitch of like, hey, let's all go get Taco Bell.
Absolutely. Go to Uber Eats, because this is fucking part of it with any kind
Twist
of
up a joint, spend another $10 on him, why don't you?
For people,
that's probably what this guy's
Don't
thinking
take
when he
it out
hears
on the
this.
Driver. Don't rate this guy one. Like, that's another thing. When someone's late or whatever, you're like, oh, I'm gonna fucking give him 1 star. And then you eat, and then you have a bite of a sandwich. You're like, that would ruin that man's life because I had to eat my sandwich 10 minutes later than I thought I would. And you're like, all right, fuck it, I'm good, right? So, yeah, go to Uber Eats. As long as it's not taken out on the thing, just be like, hey, I never got my order, which technically is what happened.
Yeah.
Technically, you never got your order.
Come on.
That night can never be made up to you. That night, imagine that. We're in a late night, especially if nothing else is open at that point, and no one's delivering. Yeah, I feel for you, pal. But yeah, let's spin this into a positive. Be like, hey man, want to go get some Taco Bell? And you know what? Don't even fucking insist on him paying. Just see if you might be able to just be friends with your neighbors. That is some like millennial shit that we have. That is like some boomer shit that actually they were right about.
Yeah.
Go knock on your fucking neighbor's door with a piece
Community
of
is always key.
shit. Become friends with them. That's good. You want to look out for each other. Community's important.
Yeah.
And in a weird way, you could turn this into the upper hand in this relationship. Because if now you become friends with this guy, he'll always feel bad about the Taco Bell that he stole from you.
That I love.
You know?
I love that.
A little something on the back end. But the universe fucked your ass. And what are you going to do? Take a nice bath with some Epsom salt? You'll be all right, brother.
This reminds me of one time I sold this record on eBay, and the guy was being annoying, and it had been like a week or two or something, and he still didn't get it. And I was like, all right, he's pissing me off. And I was like, okay, I'm going to refund him without him asking for it. And I was like, if the record comes, just send it back. And the mail was just like bad. Anyway, he gets this thing delivered eventually. I try hitting him up, messaging him through eBay. I'm like, hey, okay, you can send me back the money now. And there's just like radio silence. And I just like, I looked at his name and address. I Googled him. I found his Facebook. I found his fucking contracting company. I like DM'd his like contracting company on like Facebook. And obviously he wasn't saying shit.
Of course.
If he wasn't like, fuck this guy, he was like, what the fuck is wrong with this person?
Of course.
And I was just like fueled with rage. And just like on the principle alone.
The principle is all that it is.
But I came to like a cross.
People get killed over $1 every day,
how
man.
badly do I want
That's all I
to
gotta
stalk this
say.
stranger? Because I want my $20 for the record I sent him. So this guy should just, How badly does he want to go to war over some Taco Bell?
And you don't want this to corrupt your soul. Even the fact that you're thinking about going Karen mode on it is like, that's a problem, bro. You don't want to start this cycle of negativity because who knows, you end up, you know what I mean? Who knows where this ends?
You only hurt yourself. I think of this quote that I heard on a soap opera I was watching when I think I was 10. Which was this woman who was betrayed by a man, and she's like, I'm going to devote my life to making yours a living hell. Wow. And I wish I hadn't heard that. It's in my formative years. But I think about that, and I'm like, that's what we don't want to do.
Of course.
Now I know.
Of course.
We don't want to devote our lives to hurting others because it only hurts
It only hurts you. Yeah. Imagine all the like the possibilities of the guy you could be if you weren't plotting revenge. What you could be doing. What you could be doing.
You get ordering more Taco Bell.
So sorry, dude, you got fucked. But you got to move on and turn this into a positive if possible.
If possible. I don't think it's possible.
Hey, love the pod. Just got a quick question for you. So there's this girl I've been seeing for maybe a month or two now. I really like her. She's great. But there's this thing that's been happening, right? So when we watch movies, like, she'll talk about on and on about how attractive she finds the guys, like the celebrities, like, oh, he's so hot. I think he's hotter in this other film, this later film. It's like, okay, that's fine. You can have your celebrity crush, whatever. But we were watching this anime film, and the whole time she's like talking about this anime ruddy cartoon character. I'm like, oh, he's daddy. This guy's daddy,
this
right?
bloody cartoon character.
Oh my god, thank you. Asks me to recite one of the guy's lines from the ruddy anime, so she can live out her anime fantasy. I didn't do it, of course. I got some dignity, right? But that so
step
weird
off a lip and all
Is
that.
Weird, or am I just?
Don't tell me.
I don't know. Also, like, I get that, like, you're going to be attracted to other people, right? Like, of course that happens, but the way I've always done it is in relationships. I'm not going on talking about, like, oh, that girl is so hot, look at her tits, look at her ass. Like, that seems disrespectful to me, at least. Or am I just being insecure?
That's probably what the chick
I
thinks,
get it,
but
right?
the chick's definitely being just ignorant.
And we're not like exclusive yet or anything, right? So it's fine. But I just think it's a bit disrespectful, especially.
Homie's gotta start doing it. No, pause. Time. Homie's gotta start saying like the opposite. You know what I mean? Start saying like, oh yeah, the chick's got a nice ass in front of her. See what her reaction is. Maybe she's just bi. He wants Buddy to be bi.
They're British people in anime.
We're watching the freshest Japanimation. I don't know if there are British people in anime. Interesting. I mean, asking to recite a line from it is where I'm like, I presumably while fucking, I would guess.
He finds her disrespectful in general.
Yeah, and I will say, this gets to a point where it's like, look, you say somebody's hot, who cares, right? You say a famous person's hot, who cares? But if you say every fucking time you see a guy, damn, that guy's awesome, and then you almost like, she like sighs and starts sucking you off. She's like, damn, that guy's so hot, and then she's like, oh, well, back to work. You know what I mean? Like, that's you don't want to feel that vibe. You want to be like...
Back to a 3D guy.
Yeah,
but it's at least a cartoon. It's not somebody who could actually steal
Back
your
to a
girl. You know
3D
what I'm
guy.
saying?
That's
Like,
true.
Unless there's some weird circumstance I can't imagine being real where they get animated.
They get zapped into the
But don't you think
TV to learn a lesson.
I find when people do that, it's like them just like wanting to remind you that they're sexual. Like when someone's like, if you're watching a movie with someone and they're like, that person's so hot, they're just wanting to remind you that they're
interesting.
What they want you to be thinking of them
urges.
in a sexy zone or something.
Interesting.
Can you do that comedically? Like if I was like, yeah, this is gonna sound crazy, but can you just fucking like, I'm trying to think of a good one. Can you just act like Sarah Silverman for like 10 fucking seconds? Just so I can feel like I'm on the pod with her. Just so that you know, like when I'm on. Like if Sarah Silverman was here, you know what I'm saying? Like that would get my fucking joke machine cooking.
Right, like you think like she's just trying to be like hilarious.
How would you feel about
You're
that?
doing riff role play?
Yeah.
You're being like, what if I was
Sarah Silverman, you fucking dog. Wouldn't you feel a little bit devaluated or whatever the word would be?
I see. You're saying, okay, like platonic role play, rhetorical role play.
Basically, yes. He's talking about real role play here, and I think like I think like, and they're not even dating. Like, if you're in a long-term relationship, I think opens it up a little bit to be more open about who you're like, damn, that bitch is awesome to like your girlfriend. It's like you can have that conversation, and then you can even, it opens up like role play a little more because it's like, hey, we've been together for a while, let's try some, like, yeah, I'll fuck it. Because like, I'm not trying to recite any lines, but if a girl I was dating dressed dumb like an anime character, I think I would be into that. And I'm more of a visual guy. You know what I mean? It's like the difference between men and women essentially is like you want to be talked to in a certain way versus like, yeah, I just want somebody who has dumb pink hair and like a, you know, 2 fucking little space buns or some shit. She's got a big ass sword like the lady from the cartoon we're watching, right? Like I would like to fuck a big titted Japanese anime girl for sure.
I see a sword and I'm like,
Dick gets
let me
fucking
have sex.
Swing.
I see the sword.
Take my sheet,
Well, you're
whatever.
wearing an anime shirt right now.
And then the real sword comes out.
Oh.
I wore a clown. It's
In
my only
honor?
clown clothing in honor of you, yes.
What and what is her
I don't know. I don't know. The problem here is that this is like a sexualized clown. You're sort of like a
opposite.
sexless clown.
Yeah. If all the genitals got sanded off and sewn shut.
Yeah. But this is
he's also referring to he doesn't like how she's sexualizing everything and talking about people. He
He's
finds her just like disrespectful and
Yeah.
inelegant.
I do think so. And maybe part of that is like we're assuming this guy is like, you know, just getting back from a fox hunt because he has that British accent. I don't really care for the way she talks about the cartoons.
Do you think he should be having amazing sex because he's coming from a hard day's work? Is what you're saying?
I think he's probably coming from a hard day's work.
And
He
it's like,
deserves
I
some.
fucking need this right now.
He
all
deserves some
day.
pussy. He doesn't need to hear about how cute Jason Momoa is. You know,
Literally.
I guess it's like insecure. His
no-
own insecurity is reflected back at him.
Don't get me wrong. You can if somebody you're with makes a couple passing comments about somebody being attractive, and it bothers you, that's insecure. If it's constant and she's asking you to repeat lines from a thing because she wants to fuck a cartoon character, and you're not even dating that long, it is weird behavior. I actually am on his side.
Can I get red pill for a second? I feel like if a girl does that a lot, like it's almost like she's like testing your reaction or something.
Right.
It's like it's very constant, and because I feel like a guy can't do that, but a girl can. And if you get pissed at that as a guy or get annoyed, you just like kind of look like a bitch, you know.
So you're saying it's a fucking, it's a test, brother.
Yeah.
It's a test.
I kind of
say
say
that.
that.
Okay, let's accept your thinking. How would you suggest he controls his bitch?
I don't know. Maybe she's not the one. I mean, maybe she's just like a dumb bitch. Honestly.
Yeah, I think so. To be fair, that is what I think. We're from
kind of
different
agree.
philosophies. We came to the same conclusion. Where she does sound like kind of a dumb bitch, and he does. You know, they're not. She might not even give a fuck about this guy too, right?
Yeah.
This happens a lot where it's like, oh, we're not exclusive. We're just dating, whatever. She might just be in it for some of that fucking
Some
that
of that
little
voiceover
hog.
sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say.
Some hangover sex.
And
please.
This is gonna sound like
Layover sex.
President of the United States of America.
Come on.
Whoa.
Before, jokingly, me and my boyfriend would talk about who our hall passes were.
Yep.
And now that I'm on network television,
Right.
I have met my hall passes. So it's
Wait,
like,
I thought Paul Rubens died this year.
But once the listen, do I think my hall pass would ever touch me with a 10-foot pole?
Yeah.
No, but it did become more of a real. It became more real.
Yeah, sure.
And so.
Oh, definitely. There is something to that.
Yeah, and so I want I'm guessing they exist in a world where hall passes are like entirely theoretical.
But again, you're right. But again, they're not even dating. They're not even like boyfriend, girlfriend, nothing. They're hooking up. But I know, like,
You have a good night,
and
bud.
even when you're talking
Appreciate
about
you,
the
brother.
theoretical
Stay out of
hall
trouble.
pass,
Have a good sleep.
It's acceptable
Stay safe.
up until
God
they bring
bless.
it up constantly.
Right.
It's at that point, it's not even about them being a celebrity. It's like, well, do you want to even fuck me? You just keep talking about. Like, imagine if I was like, oh, let's go get lunch. And you're like, great, I'm so excited to take you to my favorite restaurant. And I just kept talking about other sandwiches that were better than the sandwich you brought me to. It would piss you off.
That would piss me the fuck off.
It would piss me off big time.
Even hearing about it right now.
It literally would piss me off if somebody did that to me.
Shout out to my hall pass that I haven't met, Billy Bob Thornton, if you're listening to this right now.
Oh, the blood man.
So who's the one that you did meet?
Not saying.
Okay, let's go through
Does
who
it
were the
rhyme
guests this year.
Nope.
It wasn't.
No.
He was in somebody's entourage. He was just hanging out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it Stav? I don't know. Let's just say it. Let's just call it out. The tension's been fucking
You'll
nuts.
tell us off the air. That's
Someone
fine.
saying your hall pass stop. That's awesome.
Hey,
What is
don't. Hey, listen. If your girl makes me her hall pass, that's a problem. I'll probably fuck her. So don't make it me, brother. I'm telling you right now. That is not on me if you let her have me as a hall pass.
DMs are open.
The odds are pretty good.
them.
If she catches me on the right night,
That's
it's
not
pretty
a hall
good.
pass. That's a whatever they would call it, a fucking something else pass. A field trip.
Beautifully done.
card.
Permission slip. That's a permit. That ain't a hall pass. That's just permission slip, baby.
There you go. Permissions. There you go,
You
man.
sign
Imagine
that,
if I
and
said
she's
that.
going on that ride.
He's going on that ride.
You're talking about.
Fucking stop, man. What a legend. That fat Greek bastard. I absolutely love him.
They have a multi-time Defensive Player of the Year, and it looks like he's going to get Defensive Player of the Year. Beal a three. He
Duck. Bro, Phoenix is about to get swept. Phoenix legit out here getting swept, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I want to watch this. I'm not gonna lie. Might bore some of you, but I like Tarkov.
Basically a community manager? Yes. If it came from a credible source, then I would assume that it's probably real. Suggestion. Make statement knowing that admitting a mistake was made is hard. Answer, mistake, this is not mistake. Question, why? It's time to start preparing for the release. It's time to understand who the true believers. No one is forcing to do anything. It's your choice to just bail it. Don't buy it. It's totally understandable that any company wants to have more revenue. Wouldn't it be better to release a support pack? We are honest with the community. We are not forcing anyone. I would ask, if there is some kind of money issue for Escape from Tarkov, should we be worried about full release? Everything is going fine and going as planned. There's no way this is real. There's no way.
How to Kill Your Game 101.
Like,
that's crazy. They're literally just ripping off
true
for the
believers?
customers.
Yeah, this is nuts.
That's just wild.
Do you plan on addressing the community again anytime soon? Your post on Reddit unfortunately wasn't well received by the majority of the community. They still feel like they're waiting for the right response. They waiting to be as they want to feel. Comment from Nikita. Important part, we cannot give up PvE to everyone. It's too expensive and technically hard right now. Those who will support still get this option. Okay, so it's expensive, so we're not giving it to people. Okay. Answer. Are there other solutions being contemplated since the reception to the Reddit thread was not good? Answer. No. Is there any plan to back out and put water on the fire aside from the EOD features mentioned in the Reddit? No. We are continue improving hard preparing updates for everyone. No more harsh changes. It is an important moment in the history of EFT, but I feel it is what is needed. I believe. Will the new items that come with the Unheard edition be only PvE or PvP servers too? There's both. Can we get more info on how the most controversial features will work, namely summoning teammates? It's being worked on. A friend
What?
summoner will be available to get for other additions too, okay? Can we get a choice between a hideout dog, cat, or cat only? Cat is in the plans, dogs later. Friends summon feature. Will it likely be an expansion? No, it will be obtainable item. Why not let this only be in PvE? It's cool, a mechanic for PvP too. Okay? One of the most discussed subjects regarding the whole situation is removal of DLC line for EOD on the
trim up
website.
his beard.
What? Would it be possible, since we're all under multiple NDA, to be more involved? And maybe what's having more insight and communications, pat notes out of release, material to prep our communities for future updates and feedback? We'll think of something out. Question. Emissary armband win. We'll do it. I'm going to be honest. I think those being in PvP is a bad idea. It's going to make RMT go through the roof, to be honest, or stream sniping. I don't think so. We could always restrict it. Is there a chance the community representatives and longtime emissaries get involved in the discussion if an announcement package or special item would be seen in a good way or community or not? I guess this could get rid of a lot of the hate that comes. We will use this more next time. Gamma container. Many thought it was supposed to be gone after EOD, but it returned after new edition. Any plans to change something? It's possible. You know what this feels like?
A very bad PR.
It feels like he's having an interview with one of these.
An 8-ball, magic 8-ball.
It really does. This is so fucking good. I don't even know what to say. Hazy, try again. Don't ask me. I'm a ball. Signs point to yes. Oh my god.
Signs.
Oh, this
point
one
to
seems
yes.
accurate too. Yeah, it's about it seems. But wait, there's more. I've been talking to some players from different communities, and the opinions and feelings are basically the same. Those who have the EOD edition are disappointed with all this. In the Discords that I've been in, which published the news, there was always someone playing Tarkov. These Discords are now completely empty. The small PT streamers that we have are always there, 2 or 3 streaming the game. Nobody's streaming Tarkov. This is a bomb in the community. In relation to Nikita's post on Reddit, players who have EOD don't want to have priority over others to enter a match. They think this is throw sand over the eyes in the community. Okay, it's just throwing sand at people, right, like in their eyes. Trying to solve the problem after it's done. Many people say this new version for $40 to $60 would be acceptable. Like, this is too expensive. SPT, many of them watched the Queen playing SPT yesterday. And this is the single player thing, right? Single SPT is single player Tarkov?
Yes.
Yes. Yesterday, and many of them watched Exotic doing the same thing today. Let them change the side. True. True. Thanks for answering so many questions. Thanks for answering so many questions for us. We are all so passionate about the game. And when the community outrages, we feel it as well, since we are representatives of our community. I would love for us to be able to craft clear communication in the future, if possible, and be more involved about getting ahead of any potential drama or outrage. I feel you, but I am the most confident right now as ever. Stay strong. I am reaching out to discuss the pricing of PvE content, which might be a high for newcomers. Wouldn't introducing more accessible options also mitigate this barrier and prevent new players from seeking alternatives like single-player Tarkov? Regarding the monetization strategy, many long-term standing players, myself included, are prepared to contribute more financially to support the company. However, I'm curious about Battlestate Games' BM and pursuing the new edition amidst potential challenges. Wouldn't focusing on creating cosmetics and more non-gameplay altering expansions be simpler and more low-risk strategy in terms of the community engagement? Answer: we will think about it.
That says all you need to know. They're killing their game, bro. That's so sad.
I fucking love this. This
the
is
FT
amazing.
was so much fun.
Is it possible the future of PvE mode will be sold as an independent upgrade? A good number of users in the community are interested in being able to play this way with friends, but don't justify paying for it because the most expensive version. Could you help mitigate the SPT users? It's possible, but after release. Regional
After
pricing?
release,
What about
so
for
they just
regions
wanna
where
milk the new
$150 is
content,
already pretty
essentially.
expensive? Can't tell. Arena LAN esports roadmap win. Working on that. There's one more, I think. Oh, I didn't get that. Omnicron container soon? Yes. What is the official stance on SPT now that Clean was streaming it without issues? Let them be for now. Regarding the DLC line, when you check out the prep order page, the season pass line for EOD has been removed, but you can find it using an internet archive. We didn't remove that.
Yes, they did.
Of course not. Naturally. Why would they remove it? I understand that PvE feature can't be given to everyone due to technical limitations. At the same time, EOD users feel like they should have this permanently, not temporarily, since it's new and much desired content, and the promise for EOD is that players who got EOD wouldn't have to pay for additional content if they contribute for as much of the most expensive package as they could. Any chance to reconsider and make PvE feature a feature for EOD permanent? Did you read the answer? Did you read the above? We will provide it for at least 6 months after.
Whoever's writing this is terrible for this company, man. Fire that motherfucker right away.
Didn't you read?
Jesus.
The prices will increase until morale improves.
The prices
Are there
increase
any
until
chance of
morale.
lowering the pricing of TUE for EOD owners? Thinking about it. If EOD owners do not get PvE, will there still be, in fact, things that planned that will go to EOD, DLCs, for example? Of course. Every DLC later will go with EOD. Okay. Will the future editions like PvE that do not go to EOD, but go to the newest version? Not planned. Will EOD continue to be a flagship for all versions of the game going forward? Unheard is just another signature thing. EOD is still important. Well. Rolling out. What's this? Oh, shit. Shy Lily, thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. What's up, boys? How y'all doing? Hey. Thank you very much. We're looking at Escape from Tarkov drama. This is kind of crazy. And this is apparently real, right? I mean, I guess it must be. It has to. I mean, I feel... Oh, my God. This Nikita is a nice guy. I mean, again, am I the only person who feels like this is exactly the vibe that I get whenever I start reading these
definitely.
answers?
He's reading off an 8-ball.
Focus and ask again. Reply hazy. Try again. Oh, my God. Ask your mom.
There you go.
Don't count on it. Yep, there you go. Nikita should be in scam jail? Well, I don't know about that. I mean, but it's definitely really frustrating for a lot of the players, I'm sure. He speaks bad English on top of being a douchebag. Of course, it seems too bad to be true. I mean, I do think that it is funny. Like, my favorite part about everything was like that massive paragraph of like, yeah, we really appreciate you guys doing all of this stuff. Let them do everything. Like, yeah, for sure. Yeah, thank you so much. Regarding the monster, we will think about it. It's possible. Let them change the side. It's like, you know what this reminds me of? You ever like try to have a conversation with a girl and like try to force a conversation
what's a girl?
even though she's obviously not interested? I feel like Nikita is that girl right now. No, I've had that happen. Yeah, my wife. Okay. So yeah, true believers, this can't be real. There it is. The distress signal device is for PvP too.
What the fuck?
So this means that you can use this special signal device to randomly summon in your friends whenever you're pinned down. So like you can be stalking somebody and trying to kill them, and then you just use the device and summon like fucking Avengers Assemble. Fucking, and then like you've got one guy trapped, pinned down.
Alright, that's enough of that. Escape from Tarkov's in a bad spot right now. Not looking good.
Hello, you absolute legends. Jump King is a simple game with a simple goal. According to legends, there is a smoking hot babe at the top, and I mean, what more incentive do you really need? The player must try to reach her by jumping his way through various terrains, obstacles, and settings. It's been described as one of the hardest games ever made, in the same vein as games like Getting Over It or Pogo Stuck. The entire point of the game is that it's hard. It will make you mad. You will fall, you will fail, and it's going to suck. As with other popular rage games, YouTube is full of clips from creators going ballistic after making a single mistake and losing all of their progress. Jump King is a very difficult game, but not because it's unfair or because the controls are bad, it's because the constant precision required is so high. You need to make hundreds of jumps to reach the top, and many of them need almost frame-perfect inputs to work. But to compensate, the player has an insane amount of control over Jump King's jumps, so if you do have the skill, it's a game you can eventually master. And it's games like this that are perfect breeding grounds for speedrunning competition. Hundreds of people compete in Jump King trying to reach the top in the quickest time, and for the past several years, murmurs have been stirring about doing something that up until very recently was considered impossible. Since 2021, the world record for reaching the top has only been a few seconds away from the 4-minute barrier. The idea of beating Jump King in under 4 minutes first began as a simple meme. No one seriously thought it could be done, but by 2023, the record was only 1 second away. 1 second isn't a long time, but in Jump King, it's an eternity. And after literally thousands of hours of attempts, on the 23rd of March 2024, the speedrunner Trimp became the first person in history to break the 4-minute barrier. Forget the 4-minute mile. The 4-minute Jump King is the most important and relevant 4-minute barrier that's ever been broken. I'm not joking when I say that Trimp's run of 3 minutes and 59 seconds is one of the most precise speedruns ever done. And in today's video, we are going to learn why this new record is so special, what made 4 minutes so difficult to beat, and why Jump King speedruns are some of the toughest and most challenging you could ever do. I really hope you enjoy. Now legends, today I am here to dispel a disgusting stigma that's been haunting me for my possibly including a full 2-year case. Getting a new PC is always a... If you've never played Jump King before for yourself, it looks really basic. The aesthetic is of a simple platformer, and all you have to do is make it to the top without falling down. But it's not until you play the game that you realize things aren't what they seem. For some reason, while these jumps look easy and straightforward, they are immensely difficult to do. The reason is because the jump mechanic in Jump King has many more iterations than in standard platformers. In most games, a character may only have 1 or 2 jump variations, depending on how long you hold the jump button for. There might be a low jump if you just tap the jump button, and a high jump if you hold the jump button down. So jumping height is very easy to control. In Jump King, there are 35 different iterations of jump height, and the height of the jump will differ down to the individual frame. In practice, if you hold the jump button, Jump King will prepare to jump. If you continue to hold the jump button down after 35 frames, Jump King will automatically jump at the maximum height. If you release the jump button before 35 frames have passed, the height will be determined by the amount of frames the jump button was held for. And once Jump King has jumped, the player loses all control until he lands again. Jump King runs at approximately 60 frames per second, so 35 frames is only a bit more than half a second. Having 35 different possible jump heights within a half a second period means that it's very, very difficult to consistently control Jump King's height for most people. If they are just a few frames off, he will either jump too high or too low, and he will inevitably fall. And the game is designed in such a way where there are many jumps that require a high level of precision. But while the game already requires precise play just to complete, speedrunning is where things get taken to the extreme. Jump King only has 3 buttons to worry about: left, right, and jump. So the game isn't about complex controls, it's all about timing. It's very similar to a game like Geometry Dash, where the best players are the ones that can time their inputs more accurately than everyone else. Timing isn't just important for successfully jumping to the next platform, it's important for how quickly you can do it. Obviously, if you don't hold down the jump button for long enough, you won't make the height and you will fall. So for any particular jump, there is a number that represents the minimum amount of frames you can hold down the jump button and still make it up. Theoretically, this is the optimal number, because any frame after this point is wasted in not moving while Jump King prepares to make the jump. Beyond that, in many circumstances, holding the jump button down for longer than you need to also loses time because you will jump higher, and thus remain in the air for longer. And you can't start preparing for the next jump until you land. So you actually lose time twice. Once in the fact that you could have jumped earlier, and twice in the fact that now you're stuck in the air for longer than you needed to be. If you're jumping back and forth between left and right, the mistakes compound. Because if you jump more than you need to the right, now you have to make up that distance back to the left, or you won't make the next jump, which means for the second jump, you again need to hold down the jump button for longer to compensate. A single frame makes a big difference. If you hold down the jump button for a single frame longer than you need to, you end up losing approximately 1/10 of a second, which is around 6 frames. So over the course of a full run, which involves hundreds of jumps, you can see how easy it is to lose multiple seconds just because some of your jumping was only a 60th of a second off. Another way you could try to fix suboptimal jumping is by simply walking back into the correct position once you've landed. And in the older records, you'll find plenty of instances where they walk Jump King after landing to put him into the desired location for the next jump. But this style of play is far slower. For starters, jumping speed is faster than walking speed, so you lose time horizontally. But also, again, you want to be preparing to jump as much as possible because the idea is to go up. Any time that you're not preparing for the next jump when you could be is time lost. So as years went on, players walked and walked less. And in theory, it's best to never walk under any circumstances. However, of course, in order to achieve the ultimate goal of walking less, this means your jumps have to be more and more precise. And the difficulty level begins to skyrocket. This theory of optimal jumping applies to all areas except for one, which is the area called Stormwall Pass, just past the halfway mark. In this section, wind blows left and right, which has a great impact on Jump King's sideways momentum. Some jumps require the assistance of wind to make the distance, and other jumps are impossible to do while the wind is blowing against you. This ends up impacting speedruns dramatically, because it means you have to wait for the wind to be blowing in the correct direction. The wind works on a cycle, which begins when you first load into a game. The wind will blow to the left for 6.5 seconds, and then blow to the right for 6.5 seconds. This creates a 13-second cycle, and because many jumps in this area require the wind to be blowing in the correct direction, it means that if you miss a cycle, you have to wait for the next one. Ultimately, this means that if you reach this area faster and catch an earlier cycle, you can reach the top 13 seconds quicker. Back in the early days of Jump King speedrunning, there was a particular cycle that people assumed was the quickest you could catch, and this was called a one cycle, because it was the first available. At the beginning of 2020, the world record was 4 minutes and 33 seconds held by Cookie Crisp. But then Cookie Crisp did something incredible and was so quick through the first half that he managed to enter Stormwall Pass one cycle earlier than anyone had before, and he was able to achieve a new record of 4 minutes and 26 seconds. You can see that on his old record, the time is exactly 13 seconds slower leaving that area. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to reach the very top 13 seconds faster, however, because you obviously still need to make no mistakes. This was the first time in history anyone had managed to catch the faster cycle, and so the nerves would have been extreme, and Cookie Crisp took the end very safely, just to ensure that he could at least finish the run without falling and get a new record. Instead of renaming this new faster cycle a one cycle and moving everything else down, they decided just to subtract 1 and call it a 0 cycle. By March 2021, players had become much better at the game, which meant they were making the 0 cycle far more often, which enabled them to optimize the end even more. It makes intuitive sense that if you can make it to to the end more consistently, you'll have more opportunities to break the record. And the record was now a 4:15 held by Trimp using the 0 cycle. At this point in time, a 4-minute run was still out of the question, because even if you did the first half so fast you could make an earlier win cycle, you'd still, after all of that, have to do the end 2 seconds faster as well. On the 14th of March 2021, Trimp did, however, achieve the first half of this equation. For the first time in history, he reached Stormwall Pass quick enough to make it through 1 cycle earlier. Again, as was the case with Cookie Crisp, because this was a world first, Trimp took the end very safely and only lowered the record by 3 seconds. This new faster cycle is called a -1 cycle, and this weird numbering scheme is now a funny relic of the earliest speedruns. Accounting for the 13-second gain by reaching this new faster cycle, it meant that the record could now foreseeably go down to a time of 4 minutes and 2 seconds. And 2 years later, in 2023, they had even managed slightly better, with the record now sitting at 4 minutes and 1 second. But this is where things get exponentially more difficult. Unlike the 0 cycle, catching a -1 cycle never became easy. The route had essentially been solved by this point, meaning there was no new strategies to implement. The only way to gain time was just to basically be more precise with your inputs. Presently, over 1,000 people have submitted speedruns to the leader.
Alright, chat. I'm gonna try and go to sleep, I guess. I mean, it's fucking, what, 2:50, 3 o'clock in the morning? Should probably try and sleep, I guess. Appreciate y'all for chilling. As always. God bless y'all. Y'all have a good night. See you around, shiny boy. You have a good night there, Sav. My dog's barking at me to open up my door for him. Get your ass in here, boy. I'm about to go to bed anyway. You're gonna run away. God bless, boys. You guys have a good night. Stay safe out there.